Week number 5. What's going on, gamers? This is D-Man here, and we are pretty slow on gaming news. There hasn't been like nearly as much as lately. It's been really slow. Unlike there was quite a bit a few weeks back, but there's a lot less now than lately. It's been really slow because there hasn't been much till June. June's gonna be crazy, but June's always insane when it comes to video game topics and stuff. But like this week, there's definitely not as much. I mean, hopefully once Phil joins in, we have more input and stuff. But I mean, I guess first we can talk a little bit about Battlefield 2042 again. Freaking
Oh, yes.
yeah. I mean,
I haven't even heard anything about the game. That game's still alive?
It's trying. It's trying. They just came out with. I think they just came out with another patch today too, another update or something, to fix like graphic problem. Was it online support?
The game's on life support. They're just trying to keep it going with patches and shit.
The game is on life support.
I was gonna say, Tommy's the biggest Battlefield guru I know, and he's like,
no, he
I
hates
think
it.
he still plays Battlefield 5.
Oh yeah, everyone went back to Battlefield 5. But I was gonna say they got rid of their 128 player breakthrough playlist, and they changed it to 64 players tops because it's more tactical, according to them.
Oh,
according to them,
destroying their servers.
Yeah.
Yeah. The servers probably just can't handle it.
No, because they don't know what they're freaking doing. Because they launched a broken game and been trying to fix a broken game. It doesn't.
Doesn't EA own the rights to Battlefield?
Yeah.
I want to say yeah. That makes perfect sense then. Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense why they would abandon Battlefront 2 to go do another Battlefield, and then the game looks amazing before launch, and then it comes out and it's just completely busted.
Especially when Battlefront 2 was on, like, it was on an up.
Yeah, it kept gaining more. It kept gaining more players as it was gaining more traction after they fixed it.
Dude, a game coming out busted from them is normal.
From EA, it can be, yeah, pretty much, which is sad. Although Jedi Fallen Order 2, when that gets revealed in a few days, actually,
is that confirmed? It's actually getting revealed.
Oh yeah, the title's already leaked and everything. I mean, of course it's gonna get revealed at Star Wars Celebration. Jedi, it's gonna be called Jedi Survival or Survivor. Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the title's
been
the name
was weird.
Yeah, the name was leaked. Yeah. So that's definitely gonna get revealed at Star Wars Celebration this weekend, sometime this weekend. Which obviously we know Obi-Wan airs Friday, the first couple episodes, and I'm gonna pay for Disney Plus for that because I didn't have it currently. I was borrowing Jared's.
I'm mooching off my sister, so
I was borrowing Jared's, and he his ended. So yeah, I definitely need to watch Obi-Wan like every time it airs because that is like important.
Doobie.
That's Spider-Man No Way Home tier, like top tier excitement type of deal, because No Way Home was one of those things where it's like, I wanted to see Tobey Maguire back as Spider-Man for so many years and thought it possibly would never ever happen, and then it ended up freaking happening. And that's exactly how I feel about Obi-Wan Kenobi, because Hayden and Ewan being back, which is just crazy exciting. It is nuts because did
you ever watch Thumb Wars?
Mm-mm.
It was a parody of Star Wars where it was all with people's thumbs. It was a literal movie.
What the heck?
Oh, count on Sean to find all these weird things.
Honestly,
I swear. Oh, they made a whole series of them. It was ridiculous. But no, I'm super hyped for Kenobi. Like, this is definitely like the cream of the crop. Like,
yeah, I'm afraid of it not being. I'm scared. I'm not worried about the director and the soundtrack. Oh my gosh. Because the director, Deborah Chow, directed some of the best episodes of The Mandalorian, season 1. I don't know if she did any in season 2, but still. And the sound is obviously made by, what's his name? That does the soundtracks for the main Star Wars trilogies. I lost the name.
John Williams.
Hey, Riscurial. Yeah. John Williams is doing the soundtrack, and apparently the Obi-Wan, according to Deborah Chow, the Obi-Wan main music, like the theme for Obi-Wan, it feels like it's always been there, like since the beginning of Star Wars, which is great. John Williams nailed it. Apparently.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
He always nails it. He's
Oh
the
yeah.
man.
Oh, of course. The only thing I'm worried about that some people have mentioned that I found is of it possibly being a little too focused on the female villain or whatever, the female
Yeah, the Inquisitor or whatever.
yeah, and that's where I worry a little bit. Some people say talking about wokeness and that kind of stuff that we don't need to really talk about here. But I'm just hoping that's not the case. Like, you can show some story aspects of that character, but if you don't focus on Obi-Wan and Darth Vader and the Inquisitors coming after him, and this what we've kind of seen in the trailers, then that's not good. They have to nail it.
I'm really hyped.
They have to nail it.
Oh yeah, 100%. This is like a thing you cannot screw up on.
Yeah.
Because like even Hayden, I think he said he said in like some interview that like I think an interviewer asked her to give him 3 words to describe Vader in in this show.
Yeah, I watched a lot of the interview stuff.
He's from what it sounds like, it's Prime Vader.
Yeah.
What it sounds like.
I like how we're getting into Star Wars now, even though well, we did bring up the topic of EA with Star Wars and Jedi Survivor. What about Terraria? Terraria. Wait, what's Terraria?
That's like the weird. I always saw it as the mobile version of Minecraft.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know I don't know anything about Terraria, so that's why I said.
I never played it. I just know what it is.
Yeah, he's here.
Some called Terraria, the 2D Minecraft.
I mean, I've never read it. Oh yeah, Phil. So since you're here now, I mean, because half the people, a good chunk of the people who are normally here aren't even here, so whatever. What?
I noticed that's
something related to Star Wars.
Yes.
Thumb Wars.
It's only thumbs everywhere.
That's ridiculous.
Oh dear.
Girly Panda 2, hey.
I swear, you can always count on Sean to find some nonsense stuff. I swear. Like any weird thing you can think of, Sean always finds a way to find it.
Yeah. Well, so Phil, we kind of mentioned Battlefield 2042 yet again on its trying to survive. Yeah, I had another update, I guess like today or yesterday or something, apparently upping like graphics or something. And then I guess they got rid of their I guess they got rid of their 128 player thing, their 128 player breakthrough playlist, and knocked it down to 64, saying it's more tactical.
Yes, more like probably didn't have even that many people playing in the first place.
Yeah.
Or God.
Because the numbers were absolute.
I can only imagine like half of them were NPCs anyway because of the player base.
Yeah.
I can only imagine like half of them were just.
I'm also just like that part. You fucked up their servers a lot. That's probably why they did it.
Yeah, I can't believe that. It's funny how they're still updating the game when the fact that they're working on another Battlefield. Apparently, rumor has it that DICE is gonna start making another. It's like, why don't they just make Battlefront 3? Make Star Wars Battlefront 3. Like, EA is just retarded. I want to know who's in charge at EA and just smack them. Like, just straight up smack them in the frickin' face, because there's just these people are money hungry idiots that don't know how to run a gaming business, or maybe they do because they like people like Mark spending his money on his freaking whatever game.
NHL points, yeah.
Yeah, see, that's EA.
I can't talk.
The CEO of EA is Andrew Wilson.
Whoever that is.
That's it. Where does he live? Where does he live?
Makes Madden the same exact thing every year. Almost lost Star Wars with Battlefront 1. They almost lost Star Wars. Actually, no, it was Battlefront 2, the start of it, when it came out. They almost lost Star Wars.
He went to Harvard.
He went to Harvard? Huh.
That's shocking.
Nice.
And he was born in 74.
He owns EA and doesn't know how to keep the company alive.
Well, the thing is that they're always still making money anyways from their games due to the microtransactions and everything that are in the games. And I don't know if EA does NFTs and stuff, but I mean, I'm sure it's not. I don't know. their sports games keep them alive more than anything because they almost lost Star Wars. You don't mess with Star Wars fans, like they really screwed up there.
They're ruthless.
That's why they made Fallen Order. They had to do a single player game because if they wouldn't have done a single player game, then that would have succeeded. Then they would have lost Star Wars completely. So they got lucky there. I'm curious outside of Star Wars Jedi Survivor, the sequel of Fallen Order, if we're gonna get the next multiplayer Star Wars game revealed yet, or if Ubisoft is gonna reveal their Star Wars game. You know, I want to see what they're working on, what their open world
I'm intrigued.
thing is. Yeah.
I'm interested. I just can't say I can't say for sure if I'll actually go after any of these new Star Wars games. I'm not a super fan after what they did with number 2, adding all the points and shit. That didn't make sense to me.
With what game? With Battlefront?
Battlefront 2 when they added a bunch of because the newest couple of
when it was pay to win at first,
like
and
character
such?
support or
I know at first it was like pay to win. They ended up fixing the
that
game and
was
making it
nuts.
better though. It's just the fact that I was mad when
Just trying to-
literally we were gonna get Ahsoka, we were gonna get what's her that stupid Sith
Ventress.
chick. Yeah, Asajj Ventress, and they're like, nope. EA's like, nope. Sorry, Dice, you're going to work on Battlefield. We're canceling you. Canceling this game. NFTs are cringe. Yep, sure are.
They gave us a.
It was downright stupid. What about
I don't know.
Kerbo and the Forgotten Land?
It's just
Kirby and the
Heroes.
Forgotten Land. What about it? It's been out since March. It's a good game. Multiverses, dude. I haven't really got to talk with like Phil or Mark very much about Multiverses. Have either one of you guys looked at anything on the alpha? People playing the alpha? I didn't get an invite. I signed up and didn't get an invite, which bums me out. But it's still going.
People they were working on.
I didn't try.
I looked at the cinematic trailers. and
The
it
open
actually
beta is
looks-
in July, so we'll be able to play then. But like, it looks so good. Like, it's getting such high praise. It's also gonna have a battle pass, the same way that like Fortnite and shooters do and stuff, where you pay the battle pass and then you level up the battle pass thing to unlock skins for characters and such. Phil, you're lagging out. Phil, we can't hear you. You're lagging.
Yeah, you're lagging, dude.
Damn.
See that we heard
Come on,
that.
Phyllis.
You should steal James's computer.
He should what?
Maybe.
He should what?
I'm pretty sure he's right now.
But yeah, Multiverse is like I first of all it has online netcode, meaning that it's got better online than Smash, because Nintendo's online is pretty trash. It's
I was gonna say, I
got
don't
amazing voice acting.
don't talk
The
about
voice
it.
acting is honestly more impressive than Smash because all of the different characters actually have interaction lines with all of each other as well, which is absolutely insane. Like, that's super cool.
That's nuts.
So no matter who you pick to fight with, like, they'll interact with the characters they're fighting with or who they're fighting against and stuff, and that's freaking sweet. Also, like, when they die and fall off the screens and stuff, there's this cool animation, like, unique animations when they die. Oh my gosh. Is that that looks like Thumb Batman.
Thumb.
Bat Thumb?
It is. It's Bat Thumb.
Oh my gosh.
Sean.
Oh,
Oh God, Sean.
These used to be in DVDs at Suncoast.
Jeez.
Oh dear God.
I forget what I was even
have I
saying.
gone
now.
rebuttal or do I sound okay?
Oh yeah, we were talking about multiverses.
Yep.
Yeah, it's more, but pretty much given up on COD after last year's game. We will talk about that shortly. We're not talking about that yet. But multiverses, it's more focused on 2v2, but you can do 1v1 and you can do 4-player, like 1v1 v1v1 as well. So, but it's more 2v2 focused more than anything. But like the character animations and stuff is really impressive too. And not all the characters were in the beta that have been revealed because what's his name? The Iron Giant wasn't in the alpha. He might be in the beta. He wasn't in the alpha though. And the alpha's still going till the 27th, I believe. I wish I would have been able to get in, man. It looks so good. What, Phil?
Hello?
What?
Do I sound normal right now?
Yeah.
Somewhat. You
All
just
right.
somewhat sound like the teacher from Charlie Brown a little bit. You just-
I can tell you one thing. It's definitely better than Nick All-Star Brawl, Which it's a shame that
It does look really good.
yeah, it's a shame that Nick All-Star Brawl, like, I'm glad it's not dead. Like, I'm really glad that it's still going to be adding characters and stuff. And the developers have apparently confirmed it is getting voice acting. So once it gets voice acting, as it adds more characters, once it gets voice acting, it's really going to bring the game to life. And then it'll probably kind of bring it back a little bit more and be more of an alive game. Because even when they add new characters, people don't play for very long before they stop playing. Like, I haven't played it since Phil and James were over because I've had really no reason to, because there's not much to it right now. There's not as much really to it for me to have a sentimental value of playing it more. You know? It just needs more. Whereas Multiversus is definitely going to have more than what that game had. Granted, the budget was smaller for Nick All-Star Brawl, but like Multiversus budget, being free to play is one thing. So it's going to have a huge player base. Having a battle pass is another. There's a chance that there could be character unlocks in battle pass. I don't know if they're going to do that or not. They might just add characters for free, and the battle pass will just be for skins and such. But because there will be skins, there will be a reason for me to keep on playing. Like, buy the battle pass and keep playing to get those skins for different characters, you know? You know? Yeah?
Yeah, I look forward to the multiverse stuff. Like I said, I knew of it being in the works. I haven't actually seen gameplay or much about it.
Oh, people have been playing the alpha lately like crazy.
That's all. I literally looked up because I didn't. When you first said, Dennis, something about gameplay, I thought you meant like there was like a gameplay trailer that was released. So I immediately searched up Multiversus gameplay.
Oh, jeez.
And then it was just all like a bunch of different people's like hour-long streams of them playing
alpha.
It. Like, I just wanted to take a peek into the gameplay. I didn't want to dive.
Yeah, everyone's been playing
like
the alpha.
Yeah,
like the top videos are probably the Maximilian dude related videos and stuff because he's got some from when he streamed it and such. And the alpha is still going. That's why I said I signed up for the alpha, but I didn't get a code. All the big YouTubers and stuff get a code, but you know I'm a nobody, so.
I am. Well, yeah, because they haven't already built.
We are.
Yeah.
Branch out.
Yeah.
More influence. So of course they get the codes first before anyone else.
Yeah.
Just makes sense. Business.
Yeah. It'll. Oh. Okay. It looks really good though. Like I'm really impressed with it. It looks really, really good, especially for free to play. But it is a Warner Brothers game, and they have more of a budget than this Nickelodeon game, you know. So, it doesn't have ledge grabs either, which I find interesting. And you can't shield, so you dodge. But the game is really fast. Like the game, like I think Brawlhalla is pretty fast. It's got influence from similar to Brawlhalla, but yeah, no ledge grabs, no shielding. It has like a dodge mechanic, the way you dodge and such, which is interesting. It's definitely different.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting.
So, pretty cool. So you guys know who Hideo Kojima is. Phil definitely does. Knows who Hideo Kojima is. Obviously, Sean definitely does. Sean grew up with Metal Gear. I don't know if anyone here has played Death Stranding. I couldn't. I just couldn't get into Death Stranding. I haven't tried it. Don't get me wrong, but it's a good game. It's a good. That's why.
That was enough for me.
That's why I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, that was enough for me to not play it. But I did hear about like there's like rumors that a second one's in development or something.
Mm-hmm. Rumors and leaks.
Which I don't know why.
Norman Reedus, that plays the main character, has like teased that in like a conversation with someone or something, or a tweet or whatever, that a second game could be in the works. So.
Yeah, Phil, you would know him from Boondock Saints.
Oh, Norman.
Yeah, Norman Reedus.
Mm-hmm.
Really
Still want to watch another Boondock Saints if they had another one of those.
It sucks.
They have two. They're making 3.
It really sucks what happened with Kojima. Kojima leaving Konami and having to make his own productions. You know, I mean, his game is great, but like
when they split,
it was a shame when Metal Gear
we don't even talk.
When Metal Gear tanked, and we got Metal Gear Survive, which we don't even talk about. That garbage, that hot garbage.
All I'm going to say, Survive is where you could tell they lost anything that actually made the game worth it, because it just became really crappy. They used the same engine for Metal Gear Solid 5 and the Phantom Pain, but it became a zombie survival game. You have to build up your stuff too.
It's dumb.
It was like bad. It was just really, really bad.
Yeah. I wish if they did more Metal
What's
Gear
that?
that Konami
They
sells
they
Metal
lost
Gear.
their entire audience
Trash.
on
Yeah.
that.
That Konami might just have to. I think they should just sell Metal Gear. They really should. But I don't know what else Konami really has. I
Sell
have
it
to
to
look
someone.
into it, but or like Sony could
You
buy
don't want to know.
Konami. You know, Phil.
That would be honestly, that might be a smart move on their part. I feel like they could do it.
Yeah, I mean, but there's so many rumors with Sony buying different companies that I don't think Konami's interested in selling right now or selling any of their game properties or anything. Like, there's rumors
I'm
Sony's
just
gonna
like,
buy
we don't. We need.
Square.
We need
There's rumors Sony's buying Square Enix.
anything
There's
that's
rumors
not.
that Sony's buying. What's the other company? There's another one that was rumored that Sony was probably gonna buy.
I
other
just
than
heard
Square
about
Enix.
Square Enix.
There was another one, but I forget which one it was. Oh yeah, there was rumors a long time ago that they might buy From Software, which would be upsetting for people for Elden Ring that don't, well, not Elden Ring, but whatever they do next, after Elden Ring for like anybody out there. But isn't Disney buying EA? No, no, Disney's not buying any game.
Going
company.
back on the Metal Gear thing,
What, Phil?
like I said, I don't. But going back to Metal Gear, I don't know what they were thinking with Metal Gear Survive. I feel like
Nobody
it's probably a good idea, but they didn't do it at all well.
Yeah, it wasn't
But I'm
executed.
also like, didn't know they released that it was like disc that had like all the Metal Gear games on it, and I think that was on the PlayStation 4, and that was good just because it had all the old ones on it,
Mm-hmm.
which was nice. And yeah, I feel like that kind of brought back some of the people for it because that was after
Yeah.
the fact of Metal Gear Survive.
I hope
thing.
that I hope the Metal Gear games are on the PlayStation Plus Premium in the future. They have more games to
If
I feel like
they
they
do-
should. I feel like at least 4 should be, because 4 was on PlayStation Now.
A
Yes.
lot of
Assuming
well,
like they're just gonna merge.
I mean, PlayStation
the two
originally
It would be-
originally owned Metal Gear anyway.
Yeah. So I think it was
Would-
Nintendo that first owned it, right?
What? No.
Metal Gear?
No.
No, I
No.
thought
Absolutely
the
not.
first couple games went on,
No,
were on
People,
Nintendo for some
dude,
reason.
people lost their minds when Snake ended up in Smash on the Wii on Brawl because it wasn't a Nintendo character. Mark.
Oh. Well, shush. I swear, I had a brain fart. I had a blonde moment. I had a blonde moment. I'll just leave the Metal Gear talking to Philip because he knows more than me.
I think I would. Yeah, clearly Nintendo owned Metal Gear. No, the most Nintendo
I
has done.
swear I thought I remembered
You're crazy,
something
Mark.
about
This is
like
what
a
happens.
Metal
This
Gear
is what
game
happens.
being, at least being
No.
on Nintendo.
This is what happens when you're born in the 2000s.
Hey, I was early 2000s. I was
Oh,
almost
yeah,
90s,
no,
baby.
no.
I was off by 2 years.
Mark.
Because Metal Gear was totally
Mark.
Mark. If Metal Gear was a Nintendo thing, Snake would have been in Smash before Brawl, and he would have been in Smash 4 as well. Like right off the bat, if he was a first party
I just
IP
thought
character.
I remembered hearing about like Metal Gear like being at least released on a Nintendo console
No.
at one point, like the early ones.
No,
I don't know.
Hey,
I must be
one
hearing
game.
things.
I don't think
But
so.
onto the and it wasn't.
Disney was in talks with EA Games to purchase them, but Disney has decided not to.
Okay, yeah.
Smart move by Disney.
That just
Yeah,
came
I
out
mean-
yesterday. So they were in talks, but they decided not to.
It wouldn't have probably changed much anyway. Disney loves their money as well, not quality over money. I don't know. I
Still
don't
making
know.
Marvel movies, and they're pretty good.
Yeah, sometimes there's
they're more-
quality. It depends on who's in charge, though. With Kevin Feige in charge of Marvel, I mean, he pre-writes stuff and plans stuff ahead 5 years in advance. He has the next 5 years of Marvel kind of in his head planned out and written down and stuff. So, I mean, it depends on who's in charge of planning what. Really, EA didn't have a plan with Star Wars.
They'll
They,
never be as good as Stan Lee, but yeah.
yeah, there's also rumors that they might CGI Stan Lee in it for cameos, which I don't think they should do that. But you know, whatever.
I don't think they should. The fan rats.
Yeah.
I don't understand why it wasn't a thing to begin with. The whole CGI dead people into a fucking movie or something. It just seems disrespectful to me.
Depends on the person and the way it's done. Like Stan Lee, they shouldn't because
Let's
because
say,
of his legacy. But someone like Tarkin, for instance, in Star Wars Rogue One, it was okay, but the CGI wasn't quite there yet. But I understood why he at least had an appearance. But you could tell that it was CGI. We're getting to a
It's
point
kind of
to
the
where,
same with Leia too.
kind of, yeah, she didn't really need an appearance
In
at the
Rogue One.
end, but it's the thing is like the CGI is getting so close to too perfect, but we're not quite there yet. Like you can tell that there's CGI, and we're getting to a point where you can't tell, but you still can. Like there's gonna come a point where we can't tell if something is CG and was Luke Skywalker in Boba
Yeah.
Fett. There you go.
That's all I was gonna say. Yeah, that's
There
all
you
you have
go.
to say. Yeah,
Yep. You couldn't
I'm
tell
waiting
it
for
was
VR
CG.
to be that good though.
because it also
It's
depends.
definitely
It
an
depends on what it is. Like, because obviously, in like if we're talking about the whole Star Wars thing, like Leia, they had to. I think didn't they just reused scenes from Force Awakens for 9, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that what they
yeah.
did?
Yeah.
I was gonna say because they could have tried CGIing her or whatever or figuring something out, but sometimes like you kind of need it to finish out a story. Otherwise, there's like a massive plot hole.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, kind of like what happened with the Crow.
Yeah.
You ever seen the Crow?
I don't
No.
think he has. Yeah.
I just wanted to agree with you, Sean. I just wanted to agree with you.
The reason
Oh,
why I
yeah.
bring it up is because the lead actor of the Crow, toward the end of the show,
He
he was
passed-
in a accident and was shot during one of the big fight scenes, and he died.
And they changed.
But they hadn't finished the show yet, so they had to CG him in the rest of the way.
Oh.
Yeah, that was when CG
yeah.
wasn't very good yet, as well for like
Then
face
CG
tech.
was ass.
Like for face technology and stuff, it wasn't good back then. The
Mhm.
first thing that
Yeah.
tested facial CGI was Tron Legacy. I mean, Tron Legacy was the first.
Tron.
That was the first movie that really tried the whole CGI younger version of someone's face in, and for 2008, I believe it was okay with the face, but you could obviously you could
Wasn't
tell it
bad
was
for its time,
CGI,
though.
but for the time,
Now, obviously.
it's crazy that I look at that CGI and I look at like Rogue One's CGI faces, and it's like it's slightly improved, but Luke
Like I said,
Skywalker
I
and
think
Boba Fett is exactly what is needed. You know,
That reminds me, there's also talks of rebooting The Crow with Jason Momoa,
I've heard about that.
which I don't know how well that's going to go, but we'll see.
I think my brother dressed up as the Crow years ago, back when he was in like high school or something. He had long hair back then.
Mm-hmm.
Xbox
Sorry, no, I'm
game.
off track.
So no, we're good. We can make this last. Xbox Game Pass is losing a bunch of people right now. Apparently, I guess they're losing a bunch of people for some reason, and in a way, I understand
Xbox.
because the only reason why I understand is because Xbox hasn't really brought anything new to the table recently outside of their monthly games, which I think is only a few. I don't know. So pretty much everything that's there on Game Pass currently is just kind of there. Unless there's something you want to play, it's like there's no reason to have it right now.
Yes, Xbox does suck.
That
Yeah.
depends. Game Pass is can be
Well.
pretty good, but like I said, it depends on what you want to play and stuff. Xbox has a 90-minute showcase next month, so they're going to reveal a lot of stuff coming to Game Pass and different things, especially with PlayStation doing their PlayStation Plus Premium as well.
Yep.
So, because PlayStation is starting their service, there's going to be a little bit of competition between the two. Maybe a little bit more now.
I hope when Xbox finally dies, PlayStation will buy all the games.
Finally dies. They're not gonna die. They're doing better than ever. They're literally like, yeah, they're losing Game Pass people, but the Xbox One sold way less than what the success of the Series X and Series S is doing right now, and that's because of Game Pass. And plus, PC has Game Pass as well. I mean, Microsoft has more money than Sony does, and Xbox is doing better than the 360 did well, but the Xbox One tanked compared to the PS4. Not tanked, but it didn't do very well compared to the PlayStation 4. But now with the newest consoles, because of Game Pass, they're doing far better than they used to be.
Get the refrigerator.
Sure,
It's just
but
weird because I swear I've seen so many less Series X's, like, just obviously with my experience working in the retail market, like just seeing everything that came in, we got like dozens of more PS5s than we ever did Xboxes. Like I could probably count on one hand how many Xboxes we got during my time there.
it's weird.
Like it's about the same thing. It's which is weird.
Okay,
It's weird for me to
does
think of how well they're selling, but
Yeah, no, the
I only
consoles
turn
are
mine
still.
on is when my one friend wants to play it. Beyond that, I never turn it on.
I see. I have a Halo Edition Series X, so I definitely turn mine on, but only when there's stuff that I want to play. And right now, yes, there's stuff on Game Pass that I wouldn't mind going back to playing, but it just depends on what I'm playing. Like right now, because I'm playing Skyward Sword HD on my Switch. I do have Fable 1 and 2, though, that I got, which, you know, I'm going to play those on my Series X, because I've never
Fable's
played
good.
Fable, so.
You gotta play Prince of Persia.
Well, I have that for the PS2, but, yeah, I mean.
Still, you gotta play it either way.
Of course,
You should.
at some point.
I know the Persia is good. I haven't played it.
Yeah, I got Sands of Time. Whew.
When you say States of Time, I think of the Metal Gear soundtrack.
Hmm.
Metal Gear Rising.
Yeah, I'm just curious on what they're gonna show next month outside of Bethesda. I mean, I mentioned it before. We're gonna see Starfield. We might see Redfall. I don't know, but we're gonna see Starfield for sure. From Bethesda, we might see a Wolfenstein 3. I'm guessing. I don't think we're gonna see a new Doom yet, but I'm guessing we might get Wolfenstein 3. Microsoft games themselves outside of Bethesda, even though they own Bethesda. I think Gears of War 6, like I said before, is gonna probably get announced with a teaser.
What about Diablo 4?
Dude,
Oh no.
It's not gonna be there. I mean, that acquisition isn't gonna be through till at least next year. So, I think it said 2023 for the Activision Blizzard deal. $70 billion. I mean, yeah, $70 billion. Like,
I'm a
lot
Diablo
of money.
fan. I still have my original Diablo discs for the PC.
I want to know about Diablo 4 as well, but I mean, as of right now, until things get situated at Blizzard as well, a lot of people haven't been supporting them because of their CEO and all that, like firing a bunch of people and all, and the way he treated his employees and stuff. So, but I don't know.
Yeah, don't down a game just because the guy in charge is an asshole. It's not the game's fault.
It's not. Yeah.
But people do it anyway.
Oh yeah, absolutely. People are on strike against Blizzard because of that. Like, I wonder how. Like, I don't think Diablo 2 sold. The remake sold super well, but I don't really know. I don't know. It flew over a lot of people's heads anyway, I think.
They just don't understand the greatness.
I was gonna say, I feel like just because the audience is very small in comparison to like other games. That's probably why it didn't sell horribly well. But it's still a very good game. I imagine there has been a lot of people getting or really into the whole Diablo series. Especially nowadays.
It's been around for so
Diablo
long.
3, Dennis, right?
We played it together.
Diablo is fun.
Diablo 3 is good.
Yeah.
For sure.
Diablo's
God
good.
told me to play it countless times.
Things are gonna change anyways once this whole Microsoft acquisition with Blizzard Activision goes through, and that means that Crash Bandicoot and Spyro are no longer on PlayStation. That means they will be Xbox exclusive characters, which to me still sounds crazy as heck because they were PlayStation legacy characters growing up, and I feel like if they ever made a Crash Bandicoot 5 or a new Spyro, playing them on Xbox is gonna be weird because I own all those games on PlayStation 4. And then they made a fourth Crash game, and that was awesome. But they told them, hey, after Crash Bandicoot 4, you're going back to working on Warzone. So screw your Crash Bandicoot and Spyro.
They're making another Sly Cooper, right?
You did send me something on that. That would be awesome if Sony announces a new Sly Cooper game.
I just remember playing. I remember playing Sly Cooper in PlayStation All Stars. He was my main.
Be
I
quiet.
played him all the time.
You gave me such a hard time every time you play that character. I would struggle.
Mm-hmm. Give me PlayStation All Stars 2. We want a second one. We want a second one. Dude, and here's the thing. Here is the thing. Platformers are more popular now than they ever were. Because Smash Ultimate really blew up the scene. And now we have Nick All-Star Brawl. We have Brawlhalla. We now have Multiversus coming out. It's the perfect time for Sony to make a PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale 2. It makes perfect sense. It makes sense.
That'll be something we would all be down to do.
You know how many people out there are asking for a sequel to this game? So many. Dude.
Dennis,
that was my favorite game for the PS3, 100%.
What is that one game I played at your house that was Xbox? I bought a copy myself after I played it.
Sunset Overdrive. That's made by
Sunset Overdrive.
That's owned by Sony now. It was owned by Microsoft because
Yeah, we need one of those.
oh,
for
what you
PlayStation.
call it? What you call it? The company that makes Sunset Overdrive is the company that makes Spider-Man and Ratchet and Clank. Freaking what you call it? I'm losing their name at the moment, but I buy all their games day one because they're all amazing because they're high quality products. Sunset Overdrive was made by Insomniac Games, which Sony didn't own them back when Sunset Overdrive came out because it came out in like 2013 or something. I think it was an Xbox One launch title, actually. Because I remember back when Xbox and PlayStation 4 came out, and I seen gameplay of Sunset Overdrive, people playing it, I was like, oh man, I want to play that game so bad. It looks so good. So a few years later, I ended up getting Xbox One eventually as my very first Xbox console I've ever owned. Because I got it for like $150, nice and cheap. And when I got it, I was like, oh, I get to play this game. It's so cool. It's so fun. Sunset Overdrive was fun. That was a fun game. Another old
Yeah,
favorite.
Yeah. For people who don't know what Sunset Overdrive is, it's basically best way to explain this: Assassin's Creed with
skateboarding, but it's not
yeah,
skateboarding.
kind of like
It's not skateboarding.
yeah, mixed in with like with more parkour skateboarding and a lot of gunplay, but like weird gunplay
against alien-looking creature things that were people
Yep,
that
that's
turned
me.
into these creatures from drinking an energy drink.
Yes,
Yeah, very
it's
interesting.
fantastic.
Another old favorite of yours is Tomb Raider. Yeah, Tomb Raider, we don't know what's going to happen yet because they're making a new one in Unreal Engine 5, which I talked about this I think it was last week, that Square Enix sold all their American companies to a European company? Sean, what was it?
Swedish
company. I forget the name of it
yeah,
at
it's
the
a
moment.
Swedish
But,
conglomerate.
and they own a bunch of the
Thank you,
employees as well,
PewDiePie.
so... But games that are currently being worked on that started at Square Enix are still going to be worked on, so I don't think anything's going to change with that. I just know it'll be an Unreal Engine 5, which that's really sick, and hopefully the next Tomb Raider works out. Whether it be another reboot or what, no idea.
Lara Croft is mommy confirmed.
Oh my Mark.
I'll go back to that. We'll do that. So Capcom rumors and leaks. Resident Evil 8 Village Gold Edition. 7 had a Gold Edition, so that makes complete sense. That's happening, which it's also going to have, which is going to come with the game and it's going to come with the game, the DLC, and all that. And there's also the DLC being leaked or whatever. And then Resident Evil 4 Remake also being leaked. It was leaked a while ago, but rumor has it these are going to be revealed very soon. So my guess is Summer Game Fest, we're going to see some Resident Evil from Capcom.
Probably a lot of game drops around that time, I imagine.
We're going to be having that Tuesday, probably like after you're over for the weekend, Phil. We're probably going to have like a freaking 3-hour podcast or something because we got Summer Game Fest on Thursday, and then on Sunday's the Xbox Game Showcase, which is 90 minutes. Between both of those, it's going to be a heck of a crazy weekend for video game announcements and video games and stuff. It's going to be insane. It's going to be crazy.
So, Phil, something you'll like? The Forest 2.
Oh, yeah.
That was announced a while ago. But yeah.
Its release date is supposed to be October this year.
I'll definitely be grabbing that when that comes out. Holy crap. I almost forgot before. That's like favorite games. Well, at least multiplayer games to play with everybody once we all can arrange such a thing.
Yeah, it was the first time I ever made a city inside a survival game.
I didn't play that enough, but since they're making a second one, I'll probably get it.
Oh,
We
you
played
should
it
do.
briefly together. A lot of us did. I know.
I was late to
think-
the game.
I think a lot of I know Philip and James are into it. I know Sean was into it. I think the Pennsylvania guys were into it too. I think.
It was funny. Me and James overkilled this so hard. We literally took off a third of the island and just put a fence across the third of the island. Just made a city and top the whole side. We bordered off. We had like a tall church. We had a roller coaster going. It was all kinds of shit. It was ridiculous.
That's nuts. I wish that's one of the games I wish I played more, but it's just kind of like with Minecraft. It's like it's like for some reason with those kind of games with me, it comes in waves when you're in the mood to play it. Like there's highs where you're like,
just
oh
like
my
the
God,
200
this
other
game's
games
really
that you
fun
have,
right
you
now.
got to be in the
And then
mood to play.
yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Speaking of
you're
things
never
you watch or play, you watch
Yeah.
RoboCop yet?
No, he hasn't.
Sean,
He hasn't. He hasn't. He's owned it for 2 years.
The sad thing is I literally watched Revenge of the Sith with my dad yesterday to prepare for Kenobi. But yet I didn't watch. I haven't watched RoboCop yet.
I even had Phil watch Die Hard the other day, so he's way past you at this point. It's getting bad.
Yeah, that's fair.
Phil always is
I
watching. a bunch
I,
of
I
stuff.
have all the time in the world. I don't know why I don't. It's like
Yeah, you
I have.
don't have
It's like I have too much to do.
What, 3 movies?
Weren't there talks
Phil,
of another
or not Phil,
Alien
but,
game too? Was there talks for a new Alien game? I don't know.
I did
I
see
don't.
something about that. I think.
I don't remember. There might have been. I know Alien Isolation's a really good one. I didn't finish it, but I know it's a really good game.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the little bit I did.
we have
I
enough.
had played of it, even though I'm not big on like horror.
Fire
but
Team
it's
Elite?
Alien. Fire Team Elite. That's new.
Yeah, it's Aliens Fire Team Elite.
I wonder if it's like multiplayer or oriented, focused.
Oh, it might. That just sounds like the one Aliens versus Predator game I played, where the aliens are the predators, but then you have like the the Marines or whatever you can play as, and they kind of like try to.
We
fend
talked
off.
about the other week that they really need to make a new Predator game that's not like Hunting Grounds, because that game was a flop, unfortunately.
Oh, there we go.
Ground was
What are you doing? Watch stream. What's that?
Sean, what
VOD.
did you do?
Yeah, Sean, what are you doing?
I did something interesting.
Oh, okay.
Sharon, what you sharing?
Oh, is this the alien thing?
Yeah, this is the Alien trailer going right here.
I'll watch.
I have to click watch.
Click it.
I have to click watch stream.
Yeah.
I can see it, but I mean,
Yeah, you have to click watch stream and then it should show. take
Oh
you
yeah,
right to
yeah, it does.
Yeah, I'm watching it right now.
Huh. Yeah. So it's a
Look like-
multiplayer oriented thing. Okay. Survive the Hive.
Lag.
When had I
mean, the graphics
not
look good.
heard of this? Yeah. It's available
now.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know why I hadn't. How do I click off of this? How do I click off of this? Oh, like that. Okay.
How do you do it? Oh wait, there we go. Grid.
No.
My internet may have just died.
there we go.
That's interesting. I didn't even know
We can
about
hear
that
you.
for some reason. Yeah, we can hear you. You're good.
Overlay, not worried about.
Isolation was good. I finished it and played
My
it.
phone's being
again.
returned. Fantastic.
You should go steal James's laptop.
Good. Oh yeah, so there's a Simpsons mod for God of War.
Dear
Like-
God.
Is there really?
Kratos
is it
is
just
now.
Homer Simpson as Kratos?
Yes.
That's nuts.
It's literally amazing. I thought Elden Ring was good, but the God of War one was even better. Amazing mod.
That just sounds hilarious. Just as frickin'
incredible.
not Kratos, frickin' Homer Simpson just
Yes.
viciously murdering gods.
Yes.
That sounds like it'd be wonderful to see.
Yes. Yeah. It is. It is something.
Where? Oh, there you are.
There's a new PlayStation 5 exclusive trailer for Hogwarts Legacy. I cannot wait for that game. It looks so good from what we've seen already. I'm very impressed with what they've shown off for that game currently so far. I mean, it's when I was younger, I don't even remember which ones or I'd buy them back. I played a few of the Harry Potter movie games, and they were actually pretty good quality. You know how like 15 plus years ago they used to like make a lot of movie video game tie-ins for some reason.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, like for some reason they don't do that very much anymore, but they used to make a ton of movie video games, and Harry Potter was one of them. And I played a few. I played a few of them.
Back.
Yeah, I played a few of them back in the day, and they were so much fun when I was a kid. And there was a point on one of them where like you had to sneak outside of the castle to go from point A to point B, and you could get caught by some of the people on guard duty, and they do a spell to you, and they'd lock you back up, and you'd have to do it again and stuff, different things. But they were pretty good. But
Sounds alright.
Hogwarts Legacy, man, I can't wait. You know me and my like open world like RPG games and stuff, and something like Harry Potter finally getting the game that I've been waiting for years. That Harry Potter fans have been wanting this game for so long. Like, I can't wait, man. But there was a new PS5 trailer. It's showing, like, hey, this game has haptic feedback. It has the adaptive triggers. It's got all this cool stuff in the game for the PS5, you know. It was just a quick little trailer that they came out with today. We'll probably see more on the game soon. There's no release date yet. It said holiday, so November or December, which is pretty good. Pretty good for
Find
it.
the trailer.
I mean, it doesn't really matter much. I mean, Phil disappeared, so give him a minute.
Yeah, he said his internet was acting wonky, so
Mark, have you
He'll be
even,
back,
have
though.
you even watched Harry Potter? Mark,
probably not.
Mark A. What the
Donkey
heck?
Bunch.
What the heck, man?
What?
Oh
Yeah,
my!
See,
Have you watched Harry Potter?
Sorry. I don't think you want me to answer that question.
You,
That might be the worst of them all that I have not seen is the Harry Potter stuff. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because my childhood was so dominated with Star Wars.
your
and all
childhood
that
should have
just
been
kept
dominated
being
with
around me.
everything. You should have
I
had
know,
Star
I was
Wars,
so
Marvel,
centered towards
DC,
Star Wars.
90s movies, freaking yeah.
I did get into
Harry
Marvel,
Potter.
but I mean, other than that, I don't know.
Marky, what are you doing tomorrow?
Nothing.
I have no idea. I don't think so. I don't think anything.
Good. You're gonna watch movies tomorrow.
Oh dear God.
Good. Haven't
I'm
watched Harry
terrified.
Potter. Like, what the heck? Okay, so
I know,
all,
right?
all I can tell you right now, Mark, is the first two Harry Potter movies, because they're from the early 2000s, they are a little more goofy and silly.
Are we talking about
But
how
once
Mark
you
has never watched a Potter movie?
yeah, I know.
Sean, wait, Sean, am I going to your house or are you
No,
making
I've
me watch
watched
them
Harry
at my
Potter.
house?
Almost pretty much all of them, and I
You
don't
watch them in
care.
your place.
Well, I gotta say something though, Mark. The first two movies are very, very, very lighthearted and a little silly, but once you get to the third movie, it gets dark. Like it starts to get dark, and as you move forward in the movies, it just gets darker and darker and darker. Like they get so freaking good. Yes, there's 8 movies, but you have to watch these movies. They are so freaking good. We ain't talking like
They're not bad
Twilight.
movies,
Twilight.
but-
Look, if you like
I
it,
know
whatever.
what
But we
kind
ain't talking
I've watched.
a like boy toy movie kind of thing. Harry Potter with its magic and
Wait.
spells and stuff.
Did you
It's-
think
it's
Twilight
pretty
got
good.
better as it went on?
I never watched them. My dad likes them.
I got forced to watch them all
Me too.
because
I was married.
I lived in a house full of women. So
You've watched
Hit
all of
Brett.
Twilight and you haven't watched all Harry Potter. That's pretty sad.
well, watching all the Twilights was not my choice. That was my sister and my mother's choice, not mine.
Phil, I was talking about Hogwarts Legacy, the new Harry Potter game that's being made, and so that's why we brought up this conversation of Harry Potter and stuff.
Marky, have you watched all the 50
That
Shades?
game was
No, thankfully, no.
Hey, Cooking.
about that one.
Hey, cooking.
Phil, what do you think of Hogwarts Legacy?
It looks really interesting from what I've seen so far. It'll probably be a big game I imagine whenever it comes out because almost everybody I've met loves Harry Potter.
Yeah,
To
and
some
anyone
extent.
who loves Harry Potter will probably be playing it because it's literally the Harry Potter game we've asked for so many years. You can craft, you choose your class, you create your character, you go outside of the castle. There's different seasons. There you go from point A to point B. There's tons of different mythical creatures. There's Quidditch. I don't think Quidditch will be multiplayer. I think the whole game will be single player. I know some people might want Quidditch to be multiplayer, but they can just do a freaking Quidditch
Yeah,
game
it'll be like-
if people want that so bad.
It'll be like they're playing multiplayer probably. I imagine.
I mean, it's
I
a
feel like
single.
it'll be
It's supposed to be a single player open world RPG from what we know as of right now. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want to say it's gonna be like
We'll
game of the year. Like it might be game of the year worthy, but even if it comes out in November or December, I think that's too late for it to be nominated for any awards for the Game Awards anyway, since the Game Awards are early December.
I think it was gonna be popular for a while when it drops.
Oh yeah, it will for sure, regardless. Whether Elden Ring wins Game of the Year or not depends on God of War Ragnarok. Honestly. That game has to be absolutely legendary and top the last God of War game in order for it to have any sort of chance to be Elden Ring. And a lot of people are going to vote for Elden Ring over God of War Ragnarok because
God
of War is popular, but Elden Ring came as a surprise.
Elden Ring is just
And
That
how-
was something.
and it
I
blew my
can't
mind.
argue.
it sold so many copies, and it just became a big part of pop culture as a whole. Elden Ring, so it's like,
Oh,
what
dear
are we?
God.
What are you showing
Sean
us now?
again.
Is
Sons
this
of the
the-
Forest.
Oh,
it's
this is the Forest 2.
isn't it?
Yeah, I
I've
think I
probably
think I
seen it,
watched
too.
the trailer a while
I
back.
probably won't watch it.
What did you say this was supposed to
Hmm.
come out, Sean?
You said
October.
October?
I'm getting it. That's all I'm telling you. I'm getting it.
The
Well,
graphics have been a lot better
yeah.
as well.
Oh, of course. The first one came out what, like 2015 or something? 2016?
I think the old one, yeah.
The
it was
first
something
one's
old.
pretty dated now, for sure. Fun,
And
but
yes, this
definitely.
is a horror game.
Oh, of course.
It's supposed to be a horror game, but then I go crazy and then
Maybe
I'm
this will
just telling
be.
people who are
This might
watching.
be something that I get to. What's the price gonna be? Does it have a price range? Because if it's 60, I don't
didn't
know if
see
I'd
a
want to pay
price when I was
60.
looking.
I'm gonna guess $20
If it's 40, maybe.
bucks
How much?
at least.
20? You think?
I'm betting 20 at the very least. At the highest, it'll probably be the same price as.
Highest being like 40.
It'll probably be
Yeah,
about 40, I think.
Hmm.
Around there, around that range.
I was
But
gonna
I-
say, if it's reasonably
really
priced, I'll probably get it because it'll be something really fun to play with everybody, and to stream,
Yeah.
and I'll probably even upload some of the stuff to YouTube as well because I think that'd be some fun content for YouTube for sure.
So I know the guys would like it because all of us, at least in our friend group, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure if I remember correctly, Mike and Dame, everybody used to get on the forest all the time. They'd be like,
What
begging
the
me to
heck was
play it.
that?
Exactly.
What was that?
What
What
is
is that?
What is going
Is
on?
that the baby from Resident Evil 8?
No,
What the
No.
heck is going on?
No.
Good stuff
don't-
is happening. That's what making you want to
Yeah.
get the game.
Phil, are
That's
you,
what's
like,
gonna happen.
Behind on the stream, I heard a slight echo. It's like you're behind us by 10
It was a
seconds or
slight
something.
echo.
What the heck?
I hear it sometimes. I don't
Yeah.
know where it's
Might-
from, though.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
it's
don't know
your
who it's
mic.
from. I keep
It's
hearing
probably
it
just his
too.
mic. It's just his mic then. Okay.
I
How
am
long is
using
this
my
trailer?
Bluetooth.
It's still going? Wow. Oh,
It's
wow.
3 minutes.
Oh,
altogether.
wow. Yeah, that's a lot.
I'm just
Yeah.
looking because last
You can
tried
see
to
the
think about-
graphics are,
I know people like Markiplier and stuff will
Oh.
probably play it a little bit because they played the first one. Like some
Oh,
of them
yeah.
big, some of
And
them.
that'll
big
be
yeah,
YouTubers.
that'll be cool to watch too. Is watch Markiplier
there we go.
play it.
Let's say a pause there for a second.
I just know last time I clicked the watch stream and nuked my phone and I died. My computer died.
Oh, so you're not watching it at the moment?
Well, I've already watched the trailer. I'm already excited for it and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so you can really
I
build
didn't
a
play
little
the first
fortress
one
and
enough,
stuff.
so I'll definitely play this one like a lot more. Like I'll actually probably buy it when you guys buy it.
I'll say. Well, I know I'm getting it, and I know Sean will probably end up grabbing it at some point too. And the Mark will probably get it, but knowing Mark will never touch it.
Oh,
It
shut
could
your
it could
mouth.
only be
Shut your mouth, Phyllis. Shut your mouth. I swear.
Oops.
Philip, this is totally off topic. Philip is starting to sound like Mike and Dame because I hope they watch this podcast because the amount of times that they beg me to play Siege, it's unreal.
Sean, I think you can
Mark.
take that off now,
All
unless you got something else.
y'all know. I bought you a game. You never played it. You never touched it. You only ever touched it once.
Dear
Um.
God.
Yeah, that's right. I'm
So-
gonna give you.
It's his background.
Oh, is this Redfall? Yeah, this is Redfall. I gotcha. Yeah, I'll just mute it. Oh, it's right there. We could talk a little about Redfall. Mark and Phil, you guys might not even seen this trailer, to be honest.
Yeah,
Who's
I
on
have
it?
not.
No? Well,
I have
shoot.
not.
Yeah. So Redfall's another Bethesda-related game, and this was delayed to next year. The trailer says summer 2022 on it.
Yes.
But just like Starfield, they delayed Redfall as well, and this is basically, it looks like it's gonna be 4-player, and you're hunting against vampires, essentially.
Nice.
I don't know how heavy story oriented it will be though, but like the trailer makes it look like it's story oriented because I mean Bethesda, they are big on story kinda more than like multiplayer. Well, I don't know. They do a little bit of multiplayer. And it's not specifically just Bethesda. I think they're just the owners of this brand new IP here. But the game looks the cinematic looks cool, but I don't know what to think of it because it's not it's just a cinematic, so we don't know anything about it. Just like Starfield. Like people are hyped for Starfield. Redfall, people it ain't the same as Starfield. Like Starfield's getting a lot of hype, and there's no gameplay yet. So it's like, well, okay, this is what, a space version of Skyrim? Like, we don't even know. You know?
I'm going to go back downstairs and grab it. God damn.
What are you getting?
What, Phil?
My mad ramblings. Don't worry about it. I'm just
Okay.
like I finished my drink and I'm still running.
Uh-oh.
Dear God.
You
So, yeah.
owing it.
It's a good trailer for the game. It's just like,
It does
what is
look
it?
pretty
Like,
interesting. But yeah.
we don't know anything about what it even is. It's just was a cinematic.
I guess whoever's chasing it.
They
same
could
old-
show it next month, but since it was delayed to next year, I expect Starfield, but I don't know if I expect Redfall. I mean, it could be shown, but I mean, I mean, it's nothing that right now that I'm excited for or anything because we know nothing about it. Starfield, for some reason, I don't want to say I'm excited, but like I'm looking forward to seeing more than I am Redfall, per se.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it'll be a single player experience, but like Bethesda, I don't know, I really enjoyed Fallout 4 and what I played of 3 and Skyrim. I enjoyed for the most part when I first played it on PS3. I have it on my Switch as well. I played like 30 hours or something, but never finished it on my Switch. I mean, it really is outdated. Oh, speaking of Skyrim, they're coming out with another edition of it. Who would have thought?
Oh,
An
Lord.
anniversary
That's like
edition.
GTA, dude.
Another
That's like
anniversary
GTA 5.
edition. No, but the thing is, GTA 5 had 3 versions. Skyrim has like 10.
Either make a
GTA
new one or
GTA went from PS3 and 360 to PS4 and Xbox One to PS5 and Series X and S. Freaking Skyrim, it's not like it's just this it's this edition, that edition, like Game of the Year edition, freaking next gen edition, freaking now they got an anniversary edition coming. It's like, what? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. That
And it's
makes
on
no sense.
everything. And people will buy it too. That's the funny thing.
Oh yeah.
There's
Cam,
people
I know
who are
Cam
very,
probably will.
yeah, some people are very, very massive Skyrim fans that just are dedicated to Skyrim, you know? I mean, considering Cameron platinum the
Skyrim?
game, yeah.
stop it.
It's a good game. It's just I mean, I'm looking forward to Elder Scrolls 6, you know. I want to move on. I'm ready for Elder Scrolls 6, but
When are we getting our next Skyrim? Is what I want.
on Elder Scrolls 6, I don't think we're going to next month. I really don't think we are until after Starfield's out. I think we'll see stuff on Elder Scrolls 6 next year. Sean work at a comic book store? No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Probably have.
Don't
Sean,
I
I
do
guess has a
not.
very Sean, I guess has a very recognizable face.
I guess.
I've looked the same for over 20 years, so I can imagine.
It's like when Mike and Dame came here, and Mike matched with this girl on Bumble, and she asked him if or told him that she basically she swore she saw him at the Meyer in Marysville like
jeez.
a day or two ago, and he's like, "No, I'm not from here," but she was like, "I swear you have a doppelganger. I swear." It's like the same thing. I swear.
There actually, like 20 years ago, there was a guy who had the exact same name as I, like first and last, that was working at Best Buy. Which is weird. But
Yeah, that's very
Gee.
strange.
So,
hmm.
I only have one more topic, but I figured we might be able to make some form of conversation out of this between the four of us because we've all actually played these games. And, well, The Forest 2 is coming out in October. Well, so is something else, and that's called Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. It got a teaser and a release date.
I did see
It's
that.
coming out in October. And,
Hmm.
I might end up having to buy it specifically for the story mode alone. Like,
Yeah, I'll
the
probably
first
still
one's
buy it.
the first one's story was really freaking good. So,
Yeah, I'll probably
Gander,
still
I
buy
haven't
it,
seen the news
honestly.
one for it yet.
so, yeah, I mean, especially with all the characters like Ghost and everybody else from the OG
Price,
being
I
in it.
think, as
Yeah, Captain Price and everybody, like, They nailed it with the first game's story. It was my problem was the file size of the game. So I
Oh
if
yeah.
they're actually going to be like this, it's going to be pretty good.
yeah. Modern Warfare 2019 was good at launch for a little while though.
That game was so much fun. I don't
nobody
think I've
wa-
ever
nobody
had
was-
that much fun playing a Call of Duty game ever. But then again, I missed the glory days. So
I
can't really
have
say
it.
much.
It was the Modern Warfare was the first and only Call of Duty I bought ever since. Oh, what's up, Cameron? He just got home from the concert. Hey, if you want to join in, by all means.
Cameron,
Uh,
my guy.
I think Modern Warfare was the second one I bought.
It was the first one that I spent my own money on because Black Ops 2 was the last one before. Well, no, my mom got me Ghosts when she bought me PS4 and I didn't like it. So excluding that, Black Ops 2 was the last one I really enjoyed. I mean, I played a little Black Ops 3 only because Steve bought it for me. That was the only reason.
Yeah, I think Steve bought Black Ops 3 for me too.
But Black Ops 2 was...
You guys played...
BO2 was the last one that I enjoyed up until Modern Warfare 2019 came out. I enjoyed it for a good few months, I think, and then the file size kept taking over my PlayStation, so I gave up. So with Modern Warfare 2, I'm going to be getting it on PC. 100%.
That's totally fair. Yeah, I probably will too, just for the sake of FOV and just space in general. Because my PS5's got so little space already, as it is. I'm already out of space on my PS5. Like, I probably couldn't download another game.
That's my biggest issue.
And I only have like 5
Call
games
of Duty nowadays. Call of Duty being way too big.
Yeah, I had to delete Vanguard because it was over 100.
Didn't finish last year's game. Well, the last couple were trash in my opinion. So I mean, you could
was forgettable.
You can like Cold War Vanguard if you want to like it. You do you. But the only reason I played Modern Warfare is because I trusted the developers for the first time in years with a reboot of one of the best Call of Duty games ever made. And they did pretty well with it for the most part until the player base just started getting ridiculous. Oh, what, Phil?
I was just saying, Vanguard and Cold War, they're all right. They're not super great
trash.
or anything like that. Modern Warfare.
They're trash to me. They're both trash to me. Just like the ones before Modern Warfare were trash to me. BO4, trash. World War II, trash and forgettable. Freaking Ghosts, trash. They're all just literally the only ones that are memorable is Modern Warfare 1 through 3 because of the characters and the stories and good multiplayer, and Black Ops 1 and 2 because the characters and the story modes and the freaking multiplayer and the zombies. The thing is they have not been able to do what Black Ops 1 and 2 did with zombies in a long time. BO3 brought back those maps and stuff because they were legendary from Black Ops 1 and 2.
Brought back those maps because I was playing zombies until they brought back those.
And Modern Warfare does not need any type of zombie related stuff. Which, for what?
Assassin's Creed Shogun.
I don't know what that is.
I haven't heard about it. I think it's the newest one they're gonna be coming out with. If I remember
well, Valhalla was a couple of years ago, right? So they probably will have an Assassin's Creed probably later this year.
There's a trailer for it.
This is 2020 for Valhalla, so I could see that. I could see Assassin's Creed coming this year.
They're like, oh yes, we're gonna focus on.
But is it a next gen? Like is this the legit newest one for next gen? Like what are we talking about here?
The trailer just came out 3 weeks ago, so it must be for at least
3 weeks.
Here.
No, it might be fan made.
It's on that one. Who's what is that?
Viking related. Isn't that what Valhalla was?
No, if it's Shogun, it's samurai related.
Yeah, it's samurai.
Japanese.
Well, I might end up. That might be something I'm interested in for some reason. Just because that'll get Jared to play an Assassin's Creed again. If it's samurai.
To make sure it's actually a real one or not here.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like legit or not. But
I'm looking.
Only enough last Assassin's Creed game I ever played was on the PS Vita.
I know Valhalla came out in late 2020 because it was a launch title for next gen consoles.
Yeah, I've played it. I still have yet to finish it, but I've actually played Valhalla for a decent.
You're never gonna finish it.
Probably not.
No, you're never gonna finish it. You'll never finish an open world game in your life.
You know what, Dennis? Shut your mouth. Maybe I'll surprise you one day.
Facts, dude.
Maybe I'll surprise you guys one day. Maybe there'll be one that'll come out that I just can't stop
No,
playing.
play Elden Ring.
I just prefer playing games with my friends over single player games.
Just
I don't
play.
know.
Go play Elden Ring, Mark.
Mark,
No, no, not gonna happen.
Mark, you're a liar. You're a bad liar.
Okay.
Fine, then you'll play Starfield when it comes out.
I don't even know what it is.
Exactly.
I heard you talk about it, but other than
Exactly.
that, I don't know what it is.
Exactly. None of us know what it is. We just know it's going to be a space open world RPG thing.
Mark, go get Elden Ring.
Yeah,
Game,
get
buddy.
No.
Elden Ring. You won't.
No, I'm not. I'm not putting myself through that kind of torment.
You can play with us.
I will break so many
No, I
controllers
can't.
over that
My
game.
dad
It's
type.
not even.
Not even that bad, Mark. Come on. Just click the good button.
Yeah, it's like I
Tell me.
do. Or you can build a get good button and then smack it. It'll help.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
dad keeps getting mad at me because we never got him one.
What, a get good button?
Yeah.
Yeah, we would.
He
tell
still
us
continues
hit
to
the
bring
get
it up.
good
It's like
button.
I swear either somebody stole my get good button or they never gave me one.
You should go to Staples and buy one of those things, and then just take the paint off the top of it, and then just put "Get Good" on it.
Yeah,
There we
one of
go.
the
Yeah, there
easy
you go.
buttons
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I should just get
I
him.
mean,
Yeah,
I'll
get
get
him one
one
and I'll
for-
just smack a piece of tape on top of it and just put get good on it.
Mm-hmm.
He immediately 100% Valhalla when it came out, 140 hours. I immediately 100% Elden Ring, 170-ish hours. I platinum trophy at 3 playthroughs. I was hooked. Elden Ring was a
like-
drug. And the thing is I haven't been that hooked on a video game where I lost track of my freaking time, where all of a sudden 6 hours went by and it felt like an hour in a long time with a video game. That's why I said I don't think God of War Ragnarok's going to do it for me. I think I'm going to end up... I'm not putting it past him, but I might end up voting for Elden Ring at the end of the year. It just depends on if God of War Ragnarok can hook me the same way that Elden Ring did. Even if it's a story-driven, shorter game. And I platinum the first game, and I'm going to platinum Ragnarok. But point being, if it depends on how much it grabs me and hooks me, the way that Elden Ring hooked the heck out of me, where I no-lifed the heck out of it without having a life. Essentially outside of work was just Elden Ring. I was at, oh, good night, Amanda. I was literally at work, and I was literally at work, constantly looking at my not constantly looking at my phone, but like I need to go home. I gotta play Elden Ring. Like I want to go home. I want to play Elden Ring. Like that's how I felt with Elden Ring.
Drug.
It was nuts. It was just constant me wanting to play Elden Ring. Yeah, I will. Good night. So yeah, I couldn't with that, but
You.
as for Modern Warfare 2, I'm hoping they change a couple things. I hope they bring back Prestige. I wish the first game would have had it. I really do. Why didn't they have Prestige? Did both Cold War or did the last couple CODs have it?
Yes.
Both of them?
I think they both did. Yeah, I think Vanguard does too.
Did they make Cold War or Vanguard the people who are making Modern Warfare 2?
I actually don't know that. I
Look
don't
the-
think so, but
look
I'm
it up
not
real quick.
100%.
Look it up real quick.
Wait.
See who made Modern Warfare and see who made Vanguard and Cold War. Any news on Elder Scrolls? No. We talked a little bit about Bethesda and stuff like we did last week, but we're not going to...
Sledgehammer was the one that did Vanguard. But I think
Modern
Sledgehammer
Warfare?
did Advanced Warfare. I think that was...
Advanced
God, I
Warfare.
feel like
Trash.
Yeah, and then... Who made...
Advanced Warfare was meh. It wasn't super horrible. Wasn't super great. I only ever really liked the anti-magical sniper. That was like last season.
Modern Warfare 2019 was Activision.
That's
So
what I
I'm
thought.
I
That's
think-
what I thought.
Yeah, I think Modern Warfare 2 is probably going to be the same company.
Well, oh yeah,
be
it
kinda
is.
weird.
Oh, it is. It is. It's Activision.
Any new
But-
Elder Scrolls?
Yeah, no. There's nothing on Elder Scrolls 6, and there's not going to be until at least next year. I highly doubt next month they're going to show anything on Elder Scrolls because they got to show Starfield, and maybe Redfall. They're not going to show anything on Elder Scrolls 6. Absolutely not. It'd be nice to see Wolfenstein 3 though. That'd be cool. And I've seen even another podcast that I watch on Saturdays, Spawn Wave, his news wave as he calls his podcast every week. He did mention something with Wolfenstein 3 that would be cool. if they announced that for sure.
Right.
But Modern Warfare 2, I hope they do prestige because they didn't with the first game, and for me that kind of gave me a sentimentive to keep on playing, was to keep prestiging for some reason. Yeah, I didn't like them not having the whole prestige thing. I understand that you unlocked like stuff for your weapons and different guns and stuff, but I don't know. Yeah, we talked a little about Overwatch 2. That one week we talked about it and how it looked kind of a little disappointing and stuff, or whatever, because the graphics were like the same.
It wasn't even a thing. Forgot they were making one of those.
Yeah, it's... I don't know.
Overwatch was pretty good. I feel like a lot of the community has died, or at least just I don't know.
The first game blew up for sure when it was out.
Oh
blew
yeah,
up.
I didn't even play Overwatch or had no interest in it, but I like could not stop hearing about it, like on everything. Overwatch was huge.
Yeah, Mark was over on his phone. Rule 34, Overwatch. Show me.
You know what? Maybe I was, Dennis. Maybe I was. You never know.
Calling him out.
He always tends to do that. Everyone likes to call me out. Then again, it's very easy.
Pokemon Shining Pearl is on sale for its lowest price yet.
What, 40? For Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl?
I have to read the article. Is currently discounted to only 30.
30? Wow, that's half off. That's actually a good price.
Including Amazon, GameStop, and Best Buy.
That's a good price. Half off is a good... That's rare for Pokemon to have a half off price. So I would say
Pokemon half off.
Yeah. Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, $30. That's... Wow. Heard they're getting rid of stuns.
The PS5 bundle costs $550. It comes
there's going to be a PS5 drop for
Horizon
GameStop this weekend, I think. Like Friday or
And they're going to run 5's day one, probably.
I heard they're getting rid of stuns and they're reducing shields. So you're talking to the wrong people when it comes to Overwatch, man. I played like 20 to 30 hours.
Should have had Logan. We should have tried to get Logan on here. Logan, I know.
Logan probably wouldn't because he... I don't know what time he goes to bed. He probably stays up later, actually, still. So never mind. Maybe he would if he has Discord.
The new season of Destiny just started.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to do like balances.
Let's see what's going on.
What like serious changes do you guys want from Modern Warfare 2 from Modern Warfare though?
I don't see. For me, Modern Warfare 2019 was actually really good for me. Like
hackers though.
Like I mean, yeah, definitely need an anti-cheat.
Yeah.
Although I was never good enough to run into hackers because I was never that good at the game, but I just know playing like with James and Justin, you always find those lobbies on occasions, especially in Warzone as well.
I just remember with a riot shield and a knife who was hacked.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that crap! Yeah,
I wonder if they're gonna bring back some of the maps from the previous game. You think they will?
That would be cool.
I miss my Javelina.
I think they'll probably bring back at least some of them, especially like the iconic ones from the OG Modern Warfares, because they did bring some of them back.
That would be cool.
Because they did bring some of them back with Modern Warfare 2019. It's just the fact that some of them were so broken, like unlike the original one, like that one small map, Mark, that you hate. I forget the name of it.
Shipment or Rust? Yeah. One of the two.
One of the two.
No. I
think Rust.
See,
Rust was the OG.
I hate it because of how small it is, but I also don't mind it as well because like I play a run and gun style when it comes to Call of Duty, so those maps are always good to me. I just have a love-hate relationship with those maps.
Yeah, you did love the shipyard. I remember that.
You get the top first for me. Was always what it was.
Oh, getting to the top of
well,
Rust.
yeah, because it was always a rush. It was always a rush to get to the top, and then whoever got to the top, they just camped there.
Yeah,
that probably get annoying.
I don't get why it was. I feel like it wasn't that bad in the OG Modern Warfare 2 with that map. Was it MW2 or MW1 that had Rust? Was it MW2? Right? I thought it was MW2 that had Rust.
I don't remember Modern Warfare from. You'd have to talk to Justin for that one.
I'll say I wouldn't know. I didn't play. Unfortunately,
I didn't play
wasn't allowed to play COD when that game came out. So
apparently, when Sony does their new Plus subscription stuff with the older games, you can change the aspect original or
Oh
play
yeah,
it
the
for-
aspect ratio. Yeah. I heard about that. That you can make it to where it's like CRT or whatever.
Yeah, you can set it as default, retro, classic, or modern.
That's good. That's good. I also heard that they're adding trophies as well, at least to the PlayStation 1 games. I don't know about all the rest, but that's good. We're here. That's pretty positive news on all of that.
What was that for the
PlayStation Plus Premium.
Game Pass.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to buy it. I don't even care how broke I am. I'm gonna have to buy it.
It depends the games.
Depends on the games you
Yeah.
want to play on it, because it's gonna be $18 a month for the highest ranking.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to look into it more. I know I looked briefly at the list.
Well,
I
they've
just
only
like, do a full
revealed like
list.
100 games, and they're gonna have like 700 total or something. So I don't know.
A lot more like PS1 and 2 games. That's all I'm saying on that.
Did anyone play Battlefield 1? Not me. I
No.
don't think anyone here
I
has,
did
just
for a
Tommy.
hot minute.
Hmm.
I did briefly here and
I
there.
just know that all the players are going back to
It was
Battlefield 1 and
Battlefield
5 or whatever, both of those, because 2042 is trash. We talked about 2042.
I just know
a little bit
Battlefield 1.
earlier.
I'm pretty sure was huge, or like one of the biggest of that came
Oh, yeah,
out for
yeah.
Battlefield in a
Yeah,
while.
it was big. When
It wasn't
came out.
bad. I played. Once in a while.
think
We
Game
talked.
stores having a
We
big
mentioned
sale right
earlier, Cameron, that what you call it? They're getting rid of 128 players, in Battlefield 2042 and knocking it down to 64. And apparently the reason why is because it's more tactical.
I assume it's because their servers couldn't handle it.
Yeah,
That's what I
yeah. They're
thought.
just making excuses. They're making excuses for their garbage game that they don't want to shut down the servers because the game isn't even a year old yet. Thank goodness I never ended up getting it. The
They were a
trailers
little
looked
too ambitious
so
for
good.
their own good.
The trailers looked so good for that game. The marketing
A little
campaign
bit.
was great before it came out. I'll admit that. Marketing
The
campaign
hard
was
thing
great.
is it's hard to trust. It's hard to trust trailers anymore.
Well, it depends on the game
They-
company. It
these
really
companies do
depends on the
such a
game
good
company.
job.
Depends on the game company.
Yeah.
EA is not one to trust. Whereas
No,
Sony, with their first party titles, like their companies, like the company that Santa Monica Studios that makes God of War, or Insomniac that makes Spider-Man and Ratchet and Clank, those are companies that have been making good games for years that you can just trust them. They gotta gain and earn people's trust, and certain companies, it's like, no, absolutely not. You know, imagine paying more money to play games online. Coffin PC Master Race.
PC Master Race.
Well, that is literally the plus side to PC is you don't have to pay for online.
They have
That's-
like
that's one
everything.
plus. Same
Yeah,
with
that's
same with
fair.
like space. You can have more space easier.
I miss it when PlayStation Online was free. But then they're like, nah, gotta pay now.
Yeah, was that
Funny.
PS3 days? Because then you had to
Yeah.
pay
Yeah,
for.
I
Because
think
then they
so.
ended up making PlayStation Plus during the PS3 era. So
I-
yeah.
Yeah. I just remember
I was like-
PlayStation Plus coming into effect in the PS3, but I remember that it used to not be a thing. Or, like,
Yeah,
I think early
definitely not because in the
PS2.
earlier days of it, because I remember I'd play Black Ops 1 online with random players in my brother's room way back in the day on PS3, because he literally had, and I have it hanging up over here, he had a $70 headset for the PS3 that was in the box. He never opened it. I found it in his room, like, you never opened this thing? This is a freaking $70 headset for playing games. He's like, I don't know, I forgot I had it. Like, what? So I opened it and started using it on his PS3 with Black Ops 3. Or Black Ops 1 at the
And
time,
I missed the Bluff.
Because at the time you didn't have to
Before-
pay for online or anything.
Forspoken.
You like your FPS
Black
games
Ops-
with the mouse as well? Some people do, and it depends on the
Black Ops-
game. Like, I played Resident Evil 8 Village. I played that on PC with mouse and keyboard, and I didn't think that I'd expect to like it so much with that, but I did. It was pretty good. Mouse and keyboard. Depends on the games. Call
I
of
just
Duty,
can never get
honestly,
used
Call
to
of
it
Duty.
personally.
Call of Duty can be pretty good with mouse and keyboard depending on the person, you know, or first
Depending on who
person,
you are.
or shooters. You know?
Then people are like, oh, how can I not want to use mouse and keyboard? I'm just like, I grew up on console my entire life, so it'd be weird for me to go to a mouse and keyboard.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I had both.
And it's probably me because I play better than most PC players, at least the PC players that I run into.
Cameron, are you a fan of Hideo Kojima games like Metal Gear Solid and stuff? Because apparently his next game, being Death Stranding 2, it was supposedly leaked. But Death Stranding just
So I don't
wasn't
get-
something that any of us have played because it's more of a walking simulator kind of thing, so it wasn't really for us. But
Watch
I
people
mean-
play it,
it's
I would play it.
but I mean, yeah, Norman Reedus apparently like mentioned it like something that it's possibly coming out. The only FPS you prefer with controllers, BioShock. That's fair. And BioShock with controller is great. Yeah, imagine if at Summer Game Fest BioShock 4 just came out of nowhere. I'd lose my mind. I would lose my mind. I mean, I'm gonna be reacting to it live, so it's gonna end up, or not live. I'm gonna just record my reaction, upload it to YouTube of Summer Game Fest. So whatever happens, happens. If I break my, I'm gonna be in my broken chair just on purpose, just for the sake of whatever happens, happens. Phil, and on Sunday when the Xbox Showcase happens, Phil, when you're over, you get the chair that isn't broken because I could break the chair more. I don't know. We never know.
EA is looking to either sell or merge with another company.
Oh, okay.
Me.
I wonder who would.
Oh,
actually want to.
Maybe they might actually get their shit together if they merge with somebody else. Maybe they won't.
What?
Like whoever they merge with won't tolerate their bullshit.
I'm just like, I want to know another game, even though at this point the series is pretty much complete.
What game?
I want another Metal Gear, but that'll probably never happen.
Yeah, and if it does happen, it'll be
Like,
trash without Kojima. Without Kojima, it's just you're not gonna get anywhere with it. It's unfortunate.
Man.
It's unfortunate that they kicked Kojima
I
out.
want them to drop the Metal Gear Solid 4 onto the PlayStation 5 and then just for the sake that I could do the online.
At the very
I never
least, we
actually-
might get all the Metal Gear games on this PlayStation Plus Premium
Fine.
thing. So, just not right away.
I just want to access people to play Metal Gear Online on that's too. Because by the time I would be playing it, like the service for the online of Metal Gear Solid 4, for example, was already over that you can play it online because the service is ended.
Weren't they?
Which
Isn't there a Metal Gear Solid movie in development, in the works? Sean, look it up real quick.
There has been.
I think there
that was
might
a
be.
Year or two ago that they were talking.
See if there's
They
still
never-
talks about that. I'm
I never heard
curious.
any further information on that because I'm thinking the idea got scrapped for some reason.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I haven't heard anything on it, but I know a while back there was talks that they were going to make a Metal Gear movie.
Oh yeah, no, don't worry. I was excited for it, but then we never got any information on it, and I was upset. I was like, motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I want to check that.
Oscar Isaac. Everything we know.
Oscar Isaac?
Confirmed that Oscar Isaac would be playing the lead role of Solid Snake.
Could work. He's a good actor.
Yeah, he was.
If we ever get that
That's the
movie,
guy
I mean,
who played Poe, right? In the sequels.
I don't care about
Oscar
Poe.
Isaac?
I don't care about Poe anymore. He's literally Moon Knight.
Oh
He's
yeah,
Moon
I
Knight
forgot
now.
he also played Moon Knight.
Yeah, he's Moon Knight now.
Is that show worth watching? I've been
It's interesting.
contemplating
It's,
getting into it.
If you like multiple personalities.
I was saying I've been kind of curious like to get into it because I enjoyed the Marvel movies and obviously I enjoy Oscar Isaac not just for his role in Mandalorian or not Mandalorian. Fuck the sequels. I had a total brain fart again.
Unfortunately, his worst role. I don't even know why he decided to be Apocalypse in X-Men.
There's no real news on it right now except for that he's supposed to be in it.
I wonder if he'd play Solid Snake.
Like
He's supposed to play Solid Snake. Beyond that, there's no other thing about it.
He's a good actor, so I wouldn't complain with
Be
that.
bad.
Yeah. I know Sony's supposed to be doing something with God of War, and that scares me because you don't screw up God of War. Look, listen. Uncharted is like, I haven't seen it, but I know it's a love-hate relationship. Some people like it, some people hate it. Some people are like, it's okay, but it's not that great, but it isn't terrible. It's like, obviously with Uncharted, it's like, why they did Tom Holland just because they knew it'd make money. It's like,
Well, that's the smart choice here.
like, I understand not everyone plays video games and knows what Uncharted is. Like, it's gonna be something that my dad enjoys, because he doesn't know what Uncharted is, and he likes the Tomb Raider movies and stuff, and he likes that kind of stuff. But like, for the fans, like, I'd rather just go watch on YouTube the 10-minute clip that them two actors made, that played Sully and Nathan Drake. The one actor people wanted to play Nathan Drake, and he did like that 10-minute little short film thing that like blew up. They should have just done a full movie with him. It just didn't make sense. And then Mark Wahlberg as Sully, it just... Hey, man, this is Mark Wahlberg here. Get out of here, kid. I don't know. I don't freaking know. Kid, run! I can't.
Get out here.
Mm-hmm.
Go.
Oh, Cameron,
Like I said,
Cameron, what we talked about last week. Tom Holland's a great actor, but I don't think he was meant for the role of Nathan Drake. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I understand going for a younger Nate, but the problem is if you're gonna go for a younger Nate, just have him be the younger version of like the past scenes, and then go into the future Nate, the older Nate. It's just like,
I would
just because they want a younger actor to play this character for years to come or whatever, it's like, it's not what we wanted. I don't know. It's whatever.
And Tom Holland just doesn't fit in my mind. The picture I have of Nathan Drake, it just didn't seem
No.
too right. I
No.
mean,
I look at him and I'm
I
like,
have
oh,
seen
that's
the-
Spider Boy. No, now he's Spider Man.
enjoyed-
He deserves the name Spider Man after his third movie, but
Mhm.
but I mean, you know, that's Spider Man to me. That's not no Nathan Drake.
I don't think doing Uncharted, but I just don't think it was the right role for him. So.
Yeah, and they might do a sequel. I mean, it was successful, but
It might.
I don't know. Cameron, we talked about, like we did last week, about Capcom a little bit, and I guess there has been leaks for Resident Evil 8 getting a gold edition, like 7 did, and the DLC, and that stuff's gonna be revealed very soon apparently. And same with Resident Evil 4 Remake. It's gonna be revealed soon as well. Come next month, probably.
Oh,
That's the thing, is like we're talking about different things, but like the gaming news has still been really slow lately, so there still isn't as
because
much.
there's nothing going on.
No. Yeah, I know. There's not much going on right now in the world of gaming, so it's like there was a couple small, like 30-second little teasers for Mario Strikers, so that's cool, but it didn't show much of anything. They're just gonna do the same thing they did with Switch Sports and add DLC over time, and like I don't get Nintendo's new business model, you know? Like ever since, I feel like things changed after Reggie left a few years ago, you know? Things have been changing at Nintendo a little bit the last few years since Reggie left. And sometimes it's like,
bailed on that.
sometimes it kind of
Weird.
sucks because it's like these games are releasing and they're good, but you're paying full price for a game that you got to wait for content to come later on, and it just kind of sucks. Like they're good games at launch still, but it's like there's a bunch of content that should be there at launch and they decide to just add it later on. That way the players come back and play more or whatever, you know? It's weird.
There should have been more to it. Needs to be more to it.
I know, Phil, you and Mark grew up with Mario Strikers the same way I did, so.
Well, I shockingly I didn't get the chance to play it because by the time I was old enough to play it, and I had like my own money and stuff, every single copy I could find anywhere on the internet was over $100. It's like the game was such a hot commodity.
On eBay, you might be able to get it for like 60, 70 bucks, maybe.
I
Never
played
heard
it
of
at
it.
Justin's because Justin's brother had
It's one of the rare titles though. Like Mario, Paper Mario 1000 and the Thousand Year Door is one of the rarest GameCube games, and I have it. I got it before it shot up in price, or I already had it. I don't remember. But I was lucky enough to get it for
I
a
kept
deal.
looking everywhere to get my hands on Mario Strikers, the first one. I could never get my hands on it because everyone just
Yeah.
bought them
dear
out.
God.
You can get it on
Oh,
eBay.
oh.
That's about it, and it's expensive.
I just found a 9.2 graded copy of Super Mario Strikers for $2,000.
Sounds right. Yep.
And the first one I see is it on eBay on GameCube for $90.
Yeah, 90. That sounds right. Yeah.
Cheap as you can get it.
Give or take. Yeah,
That is
probably
nuts.
around
Same
like
complaint.
90. Yeah, same thing's gonna
Spend more on
happen.
it
The
regular
same
game.
thing. The same thing's gonna happen to DS games in the future. So if you guys want DS games that you think are gonna be valuable in the future, which would be Zelda, Mario, even there's this Kid
Someone like
Icarus.
me would-
Okay, there's Kid Icarus Uprising for the 3DS. It is like a 200. It's like $150 to $200 game right now, and that's just now. Next year, when the eShop closes for the 3DS and the DS, they're gonna keep going up, keep going up. That's why I'm glad I have the games that I have now that I've wanted throughout the years for DS for the most part. But there's still some that I want to rebuy that I don't have, such as Mario Kart 7 and some of the new Super Mario Bros. Games on there that are still cheaper right now. Like Mario Kart 7 you can get for $20 at right at Game Vault. So
I'm being honest with you.
Hmm.
I have it. I just don't like it.
I mean, totally fair. Just keep it though, because if you have a physical copy, eventually it's gonna go up in price and you could sell it.
That'll be Earth Gold right there. But
Because now people are gonna have come
next.
next year. People are gonna have
I
no
want them to
choice.
do another Mario Kart.
Come next year, people are gonna have no choice but to buy physical copy games for the 3DS. So, for the DS in general. So, I mean, they just on the 23rd stopped letting you buy stuff on the eShop with your card. So I bought a few games last week on the eShop on my DS. I don't have a heck of a lot, but their setup was nice for the virtual.
Especially when
console
we're
and
moving
things.
over to digital, like every other system's going digital, and then Nintendo.
Which is stupid because
decided to
like
do
not only that, but you think about, well, the future is digital gaming, right, which blows, but there's going to come a time when those digital consoles that are digital only that you have, once physical gaming isn't a thing anymore, there's going to come a time like 15 years later or whatever where they shut down the shop for that specific console, and it's like, now you're saying that this console's irrelevant. I can't even get physical copies on it. Like, if you can't even get physical copies on it, it's like once the store is gone. At least with the Wii and DS and stuff, there's still physical copies. But if there comes a time when there's not physical copies for a specific console, it's like, what do we do? You know? It's dumb.
They're going to be lost. They won't know what to do.
And there's no value there. There's no value
Exactly.
to digital. There's no value. The only plus side to digital having any kind of value is if once the shop goes down, you have games on there that don't exist anymore, and you sell it, and you sell your DS with all that digital stuff on it, and you have games on there that are games that you can't get.
Just meant that one myself, but that's only if someone wants to pay you that much for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty much.
I just want another Mario Kart, one per game like Mario Kart Double Dash, because that whole concept has been lost in time, and that upsets me.
Yeah,
Mario Kart Double
well,
Dash
keep
was-
dreaming, because Mario Kart 9 ain't coming for like 10 years, so.
Probably.
Yep. Mario
'Cause-
Kart 8, 100.
It would be cool though to see them remaster Double Dash. I know
They
that
ain't
was
gonna
like
do
a big
They ain't gonna do
classic.
that. And the best you're gonna get, and you better have your fingers crossed hoping that it happens in the future, is GameCube games coming to the Switch. But we're gonna probably get Game Boy games before we get GameCube games. So, yeah. And the Game Boy Advance itself has apparently like 1,500 games total, and that's just the Advance, let alone the Color or the original Game Boy. If you include all those in there, all of them, we're talking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of games that have a chance of being on the live Nintendo Switch, the live service. Heck, that'll probably get you to play your Switch some more once they add Game Boy games, all the different Game Boy games on there and stuff.
Possibly. I mean,
there's probably a bunch
probably-
back in time that you don't have anymore that they'd add on there or whatever.
That might get me to play my Switch more. Other than like I did shockingly recently. Philip can attest this because he was here. I did recently get back into playing the original Final Fantasy VII on my Switch. So
Yeah, you did say
good.
that.
Good game.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, we
well,
gotta-
I want to try and beat. I want to beat that and then go to 8 because there's
Which-
like I said,
I've-
it's literally been so dead.
I thought
that
about
just
8.
wanna
I
play
tried a
something
little
new.
of 8 and I haven't played much. Or was it 6? Which one has Squall? Is that 8?
8.
Say
Okay. Yeah,
I beat 8.
I played a little 8 on my Switch, not much. I got to give it more of a chance.
I've beat.
Yeah.
I've beat. See 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 2. Yeah, it's
Everybody's
Yeah, my dad's
everybody's
beaten
at least
all of them,
played
but
10.
12, 14.
Like
should
I
try
find it
both.
I find it
Online ones,
insane. I
and
find it
then
insane to me
Obviously,
that
the remake.
I find it crazy to me that like I don't think I played 10 as a kid. I might have. My brother did. Like my brother Matt, when he seen me playing it the one day, he was like, "Oh, I remember that
10.
game." So maybe I might have by slight memory because I played Kingdom Hearts. But I don't know. Final Fantasy X was one of those games that blew past my memory that I might have played when I was younger, but I don't know. But I think 10's one of the more popular
Yeah,
Final
you
Fantasies
did.
for sure. Like
oh yeah, 100%.
7 and 8
Twice now.
because of Kingdom Hearts, for sure, plus 7 with the remake, really
Yep.
helped it blow up in junk and the movies and such. 8, you know, it has
Yep.
some of the characters are in
Fantastic.
Kingdom Hearts and such, which helps as well, like Leon, or Squall, whatever you want to call them. 10 is definitely one of the more popular ones for sure. And I mean, I don't know anything about 9 because I've never played it, but it's getting a remaster or whatever. So I mean, that's cool. Remaster or remake, we don't know
Has
yet.
more of an anime style to it.
It has a little kid, that's a little monkey boy in it.
I mean, we
Yeah.
all know
Yeah,
we
the
all
one
know
that Philip hated playing against Dissidia.
15 is very
Yeah.
popular,
I hate Bastard Child.
but 15 kind of was different because it was the first open world Final Fantasy. So I mean, it was like
Yeah.
that was the first one that like really
I need to
grabbed
play more.
me because I wasn't heavy on the turn-based thing, and I didn't even play it when it first came out. But I played it twice. I mean, I played it on Xbox and I played it on PlayStation, and on PS5 I platinum trophy the dang game. So I played that game quite a bit. Final Fantasy 15. So 16's coming out this year. It's coming
It's
out.
gonna be nuts.
It's coming out.
Is
in
it
either...
weird too? Speaking of Final Fantasy, is it weird
No,
that
over here.
my dad brought this up to me, and I actually kind of agree.
Uh-oh.
Like that, I played like the older, like when I play like the older
My
Final Fantasy
connection
games,
has died.
I kind of miss like the turn-based style of Final Fantasy games for some reason.
Well,
I don't know why, I
some
kinda-
people do, and I can't blame them because it's slowly dying out because Dragon Quest 12 is also getting rid of turn-based, and it's going to be more like the way FF15 and all that is. The thing is like FF15's good, but you look at 7 Remake, and they did it a lot better than what Final Fantasy 15 did. Like, if you're not
Yeah.
going turn-based, what 7 Remake did was so much better than what Final Fantasy 15 did. Even though in 15 you could still kind of flip it. Well, no, you couldn't flip between the characters, but the characters, there was like the assist moves and stuff. But 7 Remake, flip it between the characters, and the way that the MP bar worked and everything just worked so freaking well. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping 16 goes more that aspect than Final Fantasy 15 aspect, but either way, I don't care. But I'd rather them go towards the aspect of what
I
7
know that's
Remake did.
definitely the future of Final Fantasy. I doubt they'll
Oh, of
ever go
course.
back to turn-based, but
No.
that was like one of the things because me and Philip, when I had Philip over recently, me and him talked to my dad about it because I ended up just showing him the ending of Final Fantasy 7 Remake because I just like
Yeah.
I knew he wasn't gonna play it and he wasn't gonna finish it
Yep.
because he just kept saying that the game didn't grab him, and he also didn't like the fact that it kind of seemed a bit of like a hack and slash. Like it was just kind of like you just button like at certain points you could just button mash. Like there's not really much of like a strategy to it in some way. I mean,
it's
you
not
can.
it's not quite hack and slash. 'Cause there's
it's
some
just that's
strategy
how
to it.
he always was with it. He always felt that it was like kind of more of like a just kind of like a button mash kind of thing. I don't know. It's hard.
completely
I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. Obviously, it must be weird for him because he grew up with all of the games.
And
He played
speaking
from
of-
1 onwards.
Speaking of, we're actually, well, there's been some 7 Remake teases recently, and we might
Part 2.
we might get a teaser. You know how in like 2015 or 16 we got our first teaser for 7 Remake? It was like, 5-6 years before the game came out. It's like 5 years before or something. We might get one of those. A small
That would be
teaser
awesome.
for part 2 with an actual title or whatever. Oh, you're good,
Another
gamer.
5 years, we'll get the game.
No, it's gonna be way sooner than that.
I
The
frickin'
thing
hope so.
is like, what's his name? Tetsuya Nomura had a lot of issues between doing 7 Remake and Kingdom Hearts 3 at the same time. And Kingdom Hearts 3, he had issues with Disney as well because Disney were really up on him, pushing him with Kingdom Hearts 3 because they knew it would make money. And pushing all that Disney stuff, and then he was like stressed out at the time too between the 2 games and such. And with Final Fantasy 7 Remake, and this happened with Kingdom Hearts 3 as well, they switched development teams, or like the whole team that was working on the game, they completely flipped it mid-development. And that happened with both 7 Remake and Kingdom Hearts 3. That they completely flipped like the development team for both games. So they had so many problems and issues between the 2, and that's why they took so long and were announced so early. Whereas now, Kingdom Hearts 4 was announced. Looks good. Same engine as Kingdom Hearts 3. Not going to take nearly as long. I think it'll be out within 2 to 3 years. Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2. Part 1 came out 2 years ago. I say because they have Final Fantasy 16 has to be out first, of course. So does there's another Square Enix game, I'm losing the name at the moment. That has to be out first, which is also coming out this year in October, I believe. Forspoken. So after those two release, and there's two separate like main teams for developing Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy like separately. But Nomura still is the director of both. But they're utilizing the same engines that they did with the Kingdom Hearts 3 for Kingdom Hearts 4 and Final Fantasy 7 Remake Part 2 from Part 1. So them being able to utilize that means it takes less time, less efforts. They have the same team. The development goes straight from... Because remember... I know I'm going on here, but... Remember when Integrate was announced? We did not expect that. We were so surprised because Remake came out just the year before. It was like not even a year after Remake came out that Integrate was announced. And it was like, what? Already? And it was like, it was this big DLC expansion. And it came out within under a year of the Part 2 or Part 1 of the remake right off the bat. So I think we'll get at least a small teaser before the end of the year for 7 Remake Part 2. Absolutely. I think we'll get just a small teaser. No gameplay. None of that. We'll get a title, maybe. But I think we'll get a teaser, and then next year we'll get actual trailers. Agreed? Maybe?
Oh, yeah. I think so. I feel like it would be awesome to see, just because I honestly have been going back and forth, just, I'm about to back between, like, I don't know why lately I've been in, like, a big Final Fantasy kick and a big Star Wars kick. So I went back and played Fallen Order for a little bit, and then I went back and played the original Final Fantasy VII. I actually also, too, went back and played the remake, because I'm on, like, Chapter 6 of hard mode.
Sean knows what my kick's been lately. He knows.
Marky.
What?
You'll probably like, this is the whole back to something else real quick, but you'd probably like Harry Potter for the pure fact it's basically Star Wars with shitty lightsabers.
Yeah.
That's always, because that's always too what I actually seen a video of like them comparing the two, how like they basically have identical stories. Like if you look at episode 4 to like the first Harry Potter, like the stories line up almost perfectly.
So you probably like it.
Yeah. No, yeah, I probably would. I don't know why I never like it. Just never seemed something that intrigued me for some reason.
Well, it's gonna happen.
I don't get why.
We're gonna make you a Harry Potter.
I don't get why. I don't like. I would be down to watch them. I don't care. It's weird. I don't know. I'm a very strange human.
My kick lately. Sean knows what my kick's been lately. I've been on Gundam. Non-stop.
He hasn't watched a lot of Gundam.
What the hell is Gundam?
Giant robots.
Mark, what the fuck?
Yeah,
what the hell is Gundam?
That's what I'm saying. Like some people, like at my work and stuff, it's like, how do you not have? Okay, so Nick at my work, he said he's never even heard of Gundam. I'm like, are you kidding me? How have you not heard of Gundam? It's literally Japan's version of like Transformers. But have you seen Pacific Rim, Mark? No, probably not. Right? They made 2 movies.
I seen bits. That's the one that had fucking Finn from Star Wars.
The second one did.
Is that
the first one was better.
I seen bits and pieces of that one, but I didn't see any of the other ones.
Well, it's essentially like Pacific Rim, but from Japan ever since the 1980s. Technically, it first aired in 1979. But that's been my kick lately. Has been Gundam. I've been loving every second of Gundam. The people go in mech suits and fight each other, and there's war and all that kind of stuff. You know. I watched the first series, and I watched some explanations on another part of after the first series, like the second series that's tied in with the first series, and then one of the movies that ends off the main series. So for the first timeline, and then I'm going to be going into another timeline. Nick's just uncultured.
Yep.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Nick is very, very uncultured. Mark is just uncultured. Nick is very, very uncultured.
Yeah, because all Nick does is play fucking CSGO. He's got like 4,000 hours in CSGO.
Yeah.
The kid's never played
Sean, these 2000s babies, I swear. I was born at the right time in the 90s. I may have been a baby, but I was born in the 90s. So I can say that I grew up with a lot of cool stuff. Granted, there is some stuff I haven't seen that you've wanted me to see and stuff. But
I do
I've
kind
seen
of
a
wish
lot
I
of
was
stuff.
born in the 90s.
I've seen
honestly.
a lot of stuff.
I really do.
Yeah, because when you're born in the
It's like-
2000s, you're considered like uncultured.
Yeah.
The best
That's
time to be
fair.
born was probably 89, 88, 89. Because you still got a bit of the 80s. You can live
Oh,
through
yeah,
the
yeah.
90s.
Yeah, and you're old enough to like sit there and watch Dragon Ball and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I
Well,
still have to.
actually, technically, I was 4 years old sitting there watching Dragon Ball because my brother and dad let me in the year like 2000, just
Hey.
sitting there watching Dragon Ball. But
Hey, I actually watched a little bit of Dragon Ball Z as a kid. It was on Nicktoons. I used to watch it all growing up.
oh,
but
you
obviously I
watched
don't
Z
remember all of
Kai,
it 'cause I
huh?
was a
You
kid.
watched literally the worst version.
Maybe, but it was
Yeah.
still Dragon Ball. So
Still with Z Kai though. Z Kai is nowhere near as good as Z. It's essentially a remastered version without the original soundtrack and cuts out the filler, and some of the filler is good. But yeah, no. Can't forget Nick also plays Robot Roller Derby Disco Dodgeball. What? I don't even know what that is.
Sounds right.
Wait, what did I miss?
I don't know. Apparently Nick
Oh,
plays Robot
what?
Roller Derby Disco Dodgeball.
What the? That's like freaking the game that was the predecessor to Rocket League. It was just called Supersonic Acrobatic Rocket Power Battle Cars.
Oh
Like,
yeah. I knew that. I knew that they
such
made
a
one. They had one
giant
before
name.
Rocket League. Yeah.
That's such like a weird name.
hmm
I'm just shocked Nick played anything else considering how many hours he has in CS:GO. I just remember
Uncultured, man.
every day at work, either Nick or Cameron would bring up something with CS:GO, and then Nick would just have like an hour-long conversation about like a new skin he bought or like some
Ridiculous.
experience he had.
Well, Sean?
Oh, Mark, yeah, I was going to show you. Okay. The Japan actually built a full-size Gundam statue.
Oh, yep.
Whoa!
Yeah.
What is that?
That's the
That's a
full.
Gundam.
That's a Gundam. That's the full size one. The replica in Japan.
They actually
That
made
is
one.
nuts.
Yep.
A full-size
Is it the original one? Right?
one. More
From
or less,
70
yeah.
from 79?
Pretty
Yeah,
much. That's
from
basically,
Mobile
the-
Suit Gundam. From just Mobile Suit
Mhm.
Gundam. Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, Mark, you should watch my YouTube video where I make my first Gundam. That I made
I will.
last week or whatever. Yeah. Well, I recorded it. I went to Game Vault and then I built that. Built my first Gundam, and then I ordered another Gundam recently. My the main antagonist, the main villain of the original whole first timeline. I ordered his first Gundam that he used. He used it up until he was an adult, and then in the movie, which was the last thing that I watched when they're adults, which is the end of the first timeline, he has a different one, but he always had like a red one. He always had a red one. But Sean, you probably remember. I mean, Char being the main villain of the original series he always had a red Gundam. Or not Gundam. They were called mobile suits. The Gundam is just the main one. The main
Gundam,
white.
yeah.
Yeah. That's the one they call mobile suit Gundam. All the rest are just mobile suits. We are so off topic right now because we already we basically talked about everything related to video games at this point. So, what made us bring up Gundam? I don't know. I don't even know. Oh, because I mentioned it because Mark was saying he was on a grind with like
And then
Star
Mark's
Wars
all
and
like,
something
"What's
else.
the fuck is
Yeah,
this
I was on a
Yeah.
kick for Final Fantasy and Star Wars. So
Yeah,
you were
which
talking
we
Anime is
were
about
a
how you were
popular
on a
topic too, so it's cool.
Yeah.
Is
There's
that I'm
probably
annoyed
Gundam.
because my Discord keeps shitting itself. So
I-
I apologize if it
That's
bothered
fine.
anyone.
We were just talking about Gundam and such. Dude, Sean, I seriously can't wait to build my next Gundam. I'm making a video out of it for sure. Like for
If my
sure.
Discord should start to shit itself again,
I don't know the next Gundam I'm gonna get yet because like the ones that I eyeballed that I want to get that are from the Mobile Suit Gundam Zeta series, which was the
Awesome.
one before
So
the
if
final movie. Which for that it was 50 episodes. I couldn't find the 3 movies, so I just watched explanation videos on the series, which is totally fair. Plus, it didn't have as much of Char and Amaru anyway, which are the main characters.
Yeah.
But there's a gold one in there. There's a gold mobile suit, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty freaking sick. So that's one that I kind of eyeballed thinking about getting in the future, but it's like $40.
I made it relevant. This is a
it-
Gundam game.
Oh yeah, they did make a Gundam game. That's right.
See, it's relevant now. It works.
Yeah. Dragon Balls. I heard something about Xbox I don't know, there was something related to their sales in Japan or something recently, but I didn't I didn't look at anything on it.
I think it was. I think I actually seen the same thing. I think it was that the Xbox outsold the PlayStation for the
In
first time
Japan.
in a while.
Oh
in
yeah,
Japan.
yeah. That's what it was. Yep. Yeah, it outsold the PlayStation in Japan, and hasn't like in a long time or something. I guess.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. Phil's just been on and off here.
Yeah, Phil's internet, which is weird because he's the same internet as mine, and mine is
It's not
10
bad.
million
It's
times
just,
better.
I just like the shit itself. That's
Hmm.
what's been happening. And then
Call
sometimes
the
my phone.
Xfinity guy. Maybe there's something wrong with your lines or something. That's
I
what was wrong with ours.
That's Mobile Suit Gundam wings.
Mm-hmm.
Like so many people don't care. This has been proven.
Sean, if you recommended one Gundam series to me, what would it be? That you can remember that you've watched anyway in the past.
I would say Gundam Wing. It's one of my
Yeah.
favorites still.
I just don't want to be confused going into a specific Gundam series or something, you know, because they all have different timelines, and I want to make sure I'm watching the first one for a specific timeline. It's like if I would have went into the Zeta series right after watching Mobile Suit, or like before even watching Mobile Suit Gundam, it wouldn't have made sense, you know.
The only Gundam I'm probably ever going to watch will probably be Evangelion.
Well, you
Just
should
'cause
probably,
of what
I guess, but if you're a
Let's
newbie, you
see.
should probably watch the first series. They made it into 3 movies on Netflix. It's only like 8 hours total.
But I'm
Better than
also
what-
just like, just Gundam in general has never been really my speed.
It's my thing now. After I bought my first Gundam, I started, and now let's just say in the past couple days I've watched way too much Gundam. And I also ordered my second Gundam. So when it comes in, it will be here by next Monday. I'm going to make a video building that because now I have a Gundam obsession. So yeah, Gundam's good, man. It's good stuff.
At least you admit it.
Heck yeah, I love Gundam. I'm a Gundam fanboy now.
I'm not disagreeing with you. It's just my
I
thing.
know. Yeah, I love
But I
Gundam.
understand where the appeal comes from.
Mark over here, what's Gundam? Well, now he knows.
I just never
Kinda.
heard of it. I've just never heard of it.
Sad day
I
to
don't-
be a Marky.
The simplest way to explain it to someone like Mark is chat room.
Well, yeah, Mark, you
The
need to
really
watch. You
Gundam is the best one to watch all together.
what one?
Zeta apparently is the best one to watch all together.
Really? Out of all?
Then Mobile Suit Gundam Zero, Double Zero,
Oh, yeah, that might be.
and Gundam Wing.
Huh.
No.
Interesting.
Now, if
Well-
we want to get into talk about anime, I feel like the one comedy everybody should at least watch at least once is Backstreet Girls.
Dear God.
No, I wouldn't know.
That whole thing
No.
was fantastic.
Well, Sean said no,
Sean,
then I
he's
agree.
trying to. Sean, he's trying to get me. I gotta ask for your opinion because I don't remember if the one time I went to your place with you and Dennis, did we watch Philip? What was the anime?
Saga of Tanya the Evil.
Sean, did you make me watch that when we were at your place that one time? We ended up getting CJ's. I remember. And it was me, you, Dennis, and I don't remember if Philip was there.
It was
or not.
James.
Do you remember?
Oh yeah, it was James.
Do you remember a one about a pissed off 10-year-old girl in a military outfit?
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I remembered it. No, because Philip was. When I called him before this podcast, he was like freaking out. He was like telling me, he was like, "Dude, you need to watch it. You like next time I'm coming over, I'm forcing you to watch it." I was like, "I'm pretty sure Sean made me watch at least the first episode."
Yeah. Sean does that.
So I remember watching
now
it
you
with
need
you
to now
guys.
you need to watch all the Harry Potter movies.
Word.
Like
Yeah.
truly, like
Does anybody know if they're on anything?
They are on something weird, either Paramount Plus or Stars, I think.
Great.
Something
I don't
like
have
that.
either one. That's fantastic.
It's something weird.
Yeah,
I think that
will
they're
you have
on.
to go do one of these on your own?
Wait, let me look it up.
Yeah.
I bet money Mark.
And if you become a big fan, that'd be cool. Hey, maybe you'll like Hogwarts Legacy when it comes out then. Not that it'll be multiplayer, but it's gonna be it looks like it's gonna be a really
Oh,
good
Harry Potter-
game.
It says HBO Max.
But they're all
They're
everyone
HBO?
of
Oh yeah, because my dad was watching the Fantastic Beasts movies when we had it for a
Yeah.
month.
And you guys canceled the subscription, so I can't watch it now.
Yeah, because we only had it for a month.
Boo.
No need to keep it, really. Disney Plus, I have to get because Obi-Wan. So.
I watched. I could at least say they're good. Easy.
I think my family still has HBO Max. I just don't know our account info because we got HBO Max for free through Xfinity, through like our cable
I got
box.
mine free through Xfinity. Shit.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure we got it through Xfinity because I know we have like the whatever the biggest thing is because we have total unlimited data, everything.
Okay.
Super Ultra Mega Man Mon, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
Hmm.
I think we're probably like done, huh?
About-
2 hours.
Yes, yeah. Almost
Unless
2
you,
hours.
unless
Yeah.
you want, unless you want to let me go on a tangent about Fire Emblem
No, can we end the podcast? Can we end the podcast? Can we end the
Yeah.
podcast, please?
We don't. We don't need to listen to you talk about Fire Emblem.
I'm on.
Yeah, please, let me end the podcast, please. Please, Dennis, save me.
Oh,
Save us all.
okay.
Dennis, you have the power to save us.
It's been almost 2
Okay.
hours anyways. I still haven't made the thumbnail even. So normally I do
Well,
earlier
so
in
yeah,
the
an
day.
hour and 55 minutes, so basically 2 hours.
For
Like a
just the 4 of
solid.
us, that's pretty good because
Go on.
normally we'd have 5 or 6 people or something, but
Oh.
everybody's always bailing, so you know, it is what it
That's
is.
all good.
Sean,
Yes.
did you just say Fire Emblem was trash?
Dennis,
It's
Dennis,
trash.
do your outro.
It's trash.
Dennis,
Trash.
Trash.
Sean,
Yeah.
I'll turn you. Don't worry. Next time I come over, I'm bringing over Fire Emblem.
Sean, he the only game he's able to turn me to was Awakening. That's about it. So
Hmm.
He
I
turned
will
you
bring
away.
over. I have
the rest,
to.
I'm sorry, but the rest of them have just been mid. Okay, Dennis, end your podcast.
At least
you want-
Multiversus
you
won't
actually
add Fire
do
Emblem characters, right? That's good.
Yeah, exactly. No no bull crap counter characters that they could actually
However,
just be abused the
in
whole
the
time.
in the data mine, supposedly we're gonna get what's his name from the new Space Jam movie as a character.
Oh God.
Frickin' what's his name? The basketball player.
I just don't understand why you have just no interest in Three Houses. I feel like it's because you barely gave it a chance.
For me,
It's
I
just
would have been
mid.
into
It
Fire
didn't
Emblem if the
grab me.
gameplay was for me, but it's not. So no thanks.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Or else-
no.
You know-
it just
you
didn't
know-
grab me.
You know,
It
one or
didn't
two of
grab
the 3DS or DS Fire Emblem games are worth like a
No.
ton of money in case now too.
So I was talking about Metal Gear because I could start explaining timelines and shit like that too.
Okay, no, Dennis,
We're-
please end your
we're good.
podcast.
No, we're
Metal
good.
Gear
we-
is
We've,
fucking-
Yeah, we're good.
it is good. I played a little bit of a couple of them, but I mean,
a little bit.
I have 5, even though I never played it because I wanted to play them like in the
5 is
correct
what was
timeline
meant
order. I wanted to play them in the correct timeline order, but I never.
If you want to play them correct
did,
order,
so.
start with.
If they all end up on this PlayStation thing, though, then I will absolutely end up playing them
That's
all
what I'm
because
saying, like,
that'll be the easiest way.
PlayStation have to be stupid not to put those in this newest subscription
just-
service. they're
yeah.
coming out with.
They just have to give people reasons to buy the subscription service for certain games.
I'll
Which,
buy it. I will buy it if they add all the Metal Gears. That's just as simple as it is.
which I feel like they will because Xbox doesn't
They
own
should.
Metal Gear. Like, yeah, Konami does, but it's not like a
They
PlayStation
dumped on a
thing.
bunch of PlayStation 1 and 2 games.
Konami killed off their own franchise when they came out with Survive, so Konami can go fuck itself. Like,
Oh yeah, they no Konami.
literally, look,
is-
give it to PlayStation. PlayStation knows at least knows what they're doing. They aren't going to try to make another Metal Gear Survive. At least I hope not. Otherwise, it'd be
I hope not. Survive, I think, sold like crap anyway because nobody wanted it. Nobody asked for it.
was last. I could have sworn I saw Survive for like almost $6. It was retarded.
It's garbage. It's just
bad.
trash.
I don't
It's
think that
trash.
price makes
It's trash.
Trash.
It's trash.
it's
Alright.
absolute.
I guess we'll.
And here,
Yeah, I guess so.
There's
Hope
your- I
everybody.
guess-
Hope anybody who's watching on YouTube or live.
I'll save my opinion
Or who
about
did.
Metal Gear and Fire Emblem.
Hope anyone who watched it live or anyone who watches this on YouTube has enjoyed
Hopefully next
whatever
time
pieces of the video that
actually
you've
good.
watched. I know only one person here has a thing I can put in the description, which would be Sean, which is aggravated
You
hobo.
could do mine.
So
I haven't gotten back into streaming, so I'm.
exactly. So there's not really a point. Sean
no
still
point.
streams, so and he's auto hosted from me as well. So he's
Once
aggravated
I get all
hobo.
like,
He'll be in the
I
description.
could promise you that with people, but I'll be back into that probably.
And
They'll be able to manage to.
then there's me, which obviously people who are watching this know. This was
Then there's you.
about,
I don't know.
about
They got.
two-
They got. They
Like,
got to go.
comment, and subscribe to D-Man Gaming 18, baby.
Yeah, if they actually
You
see
say-
the end of this, obviously, for sure, if they enjoy
Like,
how much time we talk.
Well, I'm gonna go
Naturally.
on the live, or they got to go watch your channel, watch up this account.
Okay, we'll see you guys all next time. Later.
Indeed.